Shut the fuck up, all of you. Okay, good. All right, everyone is here. The audio is live.
Cool.
Hello, everyone.
We're angels, by the way.
No, you're not.
Oh,
Y'all cretins.
I know
Y'all cretins. I hate you. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Honestly,
it.
that
Good call.
God. But yes, welcome everyone. Hello, Freddy. Welcome. It is session 5 of Unfinished Symphony tonight. Huzzah! I'm a bit exhausted today, so apologies in advance if I am derpy and slow and just low energy. I moved a lot of shit today.
Hey man, we all be there.
Yeah, we all have scuffed days.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Scuffed lives.
Wow, fuck y'all.
Yeah,
Scuffed streams
everything.
even. Scuffed
Yes.
stream?
Yeah, some dare say
No.
scuffed streams.
This ain't a scuffed stream. Go fuck yourself. Actually, wait, I can just move the narrator away and then put Adox back. There we go. Everyone's colors here. Quick introduction, because we always do it. So, oh, is the sound alert not working? My sound alert's not working. What?
And you said this wasn't a stuff.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck! Shut the fuck
You
up!
cannot escape it.
Where is sound
You
alerts?
brought it into the universe by saying it.
Every single session is a new scuffed sesh.
Shut
bro.
up! Shut up!
Every
Yeah,
all
something
of
goes
you.
I'm
wrong
kinda
every time.
Yeah.
If it wasn't
I mean,
fucking hilarious, it'd be
If we're not
sad.
scuffing the stream, then who would?
It's almost like you're doing this on purpose.
Every
Oh my
single
god, did
time.
Wait,
you
what?
scuff the
It's-
fucking stream?
It's something different what's wrong every single time. It's not the same issue. What's the best part?
That's yeah. Okay, sound alert's
What?
on the channel. I don't know why it's not working. That's weird.
One day, an issue will repeat, but today is not that day.
Okay, and then we'll also get.
One day the stream will not be scuffed, but today is not that day.
One day, I believe in you, Retsa.
I believe.
Shut up, all of you. I hate all of you. There we go.
Believe the
alert.
streamer.
She's gonna have a breakdown. I swear to Christ. We're gonna bully her off of the internet.
Yes, you are.
Damn, is this Twitter?
Cancel time. I'm gonna cancel you for
Remember
scuffing your
the one thing
fucking
you said
stream.
7 years ago? I'm about to bring that back up.
Canceling you for scuffed stream is the most ridiculous bullshit I've ever heard.
If we
Right.
somehow cause her to have a breakdown after the shit we put her through in Moss, I would be shocked.
You did put through me a lot of shit in Moss. This is true.
To
yes.
be fair, every game that she's run has just ended in bullying.
Yes.
I think that might be my fault. I'm not gonna lie. I think it might be my fault.
No.
Oops.
Jesus.
I'm an
Right.
asshole.
All right.
Wait a second.
Anyway,
Where's Gizmo at?
introductions. Fucking Christ, Jesus! I'll get him out. Oh my God. Why can't you be like Keon and just assume he's on you all the time? Jesus.
I like having a token.
Yeah, I'll get that token. Okay.
It's not the same if I don't have my mechanical dog looming behind me everywhere I go.
Where is the doggo? Where is the doggo? There he is. Copy. Da. Anyway, introductions. You didn't get to do them. Here we go. Yay! We have Adox playing Drexel.
Scuffed pronunciation of my character.
Shut the fuck
name.
up. Shut the fuck
Wow.
up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Bullying.
Shut up. We have Annika being played by fucking Reyna.
Yo,
We have Bookworm playing Magnus.
It is I, the Robo-Man.
We have Chris playing Digion.
I am here to introduce everyone to the scuffed this.
Shut the fuck up. And then we got Bree playing Cypress.
Hi everyone. I was the cause of that tragedy that befell your family when you were a young child.
Shut the fuck up, Jesus Christ. What?
Remember that thing that happened at 6? Yeah, that was me.
What the fuck? Why? Why do you make these jokes?
Very.
Anywho, when we last left off, you returned to the Tempus HQ, bringing 2 of the surviving cultists from your little encounter in the woods, and came back to shockingly find a quite literally mythological figure in your presence. Knight.
Is she God?
What?
Why is it not picking up my fucking background music? God damn it. Shut up. 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 Shut up.
I ain't gonna say anything.
Where's the music? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, quick question, if you don't mind. Where the music at, though?
It's
Hey,
scuffed.
Bree, you're a bard. Make your own music.
Valid. Do, 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 do.
And like that, my ears are bleeding.
I can't sing.
Somebody
wants
Okay, here we go.
Bishop.
Shut the fuck
Everyone
up. Shut
just-
the fuck up. Don't.
I did
There
not.
was nothing gotta
Stop. God damn it.
We're gonna get copyrighted, Alex.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No,
My
no,
voice
we did good.
is not censorable. If they can copyright strike my fucking voice.
Yeah, they can actually. Twitch will totally. If you had the.
Really?
Yeah, Twitch will, when people
Well,
do sing-alongs and karaoke,
This
they don't
was-
keep the VODs because Twitch will fucking take them down.
Hey, if you get marked for copyright, that just means you sung it so well they thought you were the original.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
fucking god.
Yeah, that's like compliment to you. At what point?
Why? Anywho, Jesus. Yes, you're all here. You're the naratep friend, the one you found in the basement of that one store that was, being brutally tortured, is here as well and has apparently been conversing with the Eternal Night.
You said your name was the Eternal Night?
They look back to you. Oh god, I hit the wrong button. God damn it. Let's start, god damn it. He looks over to you and says, God damn it. Voice mod, stop. Stop freezing.
I just got fucking flashbang by an ad. Jeez.
It's a bit of a mouthful, I admit. I prefer to be referred to as Stein, typically.
Apologies, but that seems kind of like bullshit.
They just kind of look at you.
Voice mod.
Shut up. They just kind of look at you.
God introduces
mean-
himself. You know, that's kind of stupid. I mean,
Nah, it kind of sus, not gonna lie.
I mean, the Eternal Night is like a mythological figure with a giant statue of himself in front of this building. You mean to tell me that you are that Eternal Night, or are you just a weird joke?
Yes, that Eternal Night. Sorry. Yes, that Eternal Night. Why isn't
Oh,
sound
wow.
alert working?
Cypress tilts their head and they're just like, hello, how are you?
I am fine. They look. Oh, sorry.
Here, Magnus just cranks his neck up to look at this person, double his size, and just says, I have questions for Lysa.
I have questions for now. What the fuck?
What brings you here? How can we help?
Okay, first, in response to Magnus, he just simply answers, I will answer if able. Looks to Drexel and is like, I can answer some questions now, of course. And then looks over to Cypress and is, says, I am fine.
Okay, well, let's start with all of the questions. Can you please just explain literally anything about your presence here and what you claim to be? I suppose I should apologize for this, but I won't, because I'm not sorry. I am highly skeptical of anyone claiming to be the Eternal Night with, well, such a lack of fanfare, to be completely honest with you.
I need to get the fucking, like, doubt sound effect from L.A. Noire for whenever anyone tells Drexel anything.
Dude.
Here, press X to know.
Yes. He knows everything. You cannot get anything past this man.
Right, it's just oil floating above Drexel's head.
But yes, no, I hydrated, don't worry, Kit. Well, you see, I'm stopping by in town on my way to the south to help with the Eadrin invasion. And as such, I like to keep my presence subtle when I am around before news of my return gets out.
Sorry. No, I was just like, it's like the second coming of Christ.
And yes, I did see it, Kit, don't worry.
Damn, bro, where's the Ezekiel home?
Here, Jesus came down to smite some infantiles.
You still have not... I would like to see some proof that you are who you say you are.
Oh, I gotta get to the right window to be able to move him, duh. He walks over to you, and he's very, very tall and looming. Like they're like almost like 8 feet tall.
I am
like
very,
they're
very short.
yes, they are very much as tall as like the fucking naratep itself. This very large and slender entity that's in this big like ragged gray cloak or coat, and kind of looks down at you and says, "What proof do you require?"
That seems... Well, the burden of proof is on you, as you are claiming to be the Eternal Night. I... Just sort of think for a moment, this is... You can't ask me to justify your claim.
He has a point.
Well, the only proof I may offer is my own assurances, as well as this, I suppose. And he like reaches to like the scabbard at his waist, and he slowly pulls out a blade. It's like a very long katana style, like katana. You know I'm fucking saying, god damn it. With a very ornate, a simple but slightly ornate, like marble hilt, with a orange tassel of ribbon going from it, and the blade itself is pure black, like pure Vanta black. And you know, despite never seeing this in person, this is like the iconic, like the line, the sword of the Eternal Night, the Vanta blade.
Well, you have a fancy sword, I guess. Have you found anything interesting about this situation with the naratep?
He kind of like holds the blade at his side, and looks over to it and then back to you. I have had dealings with the naratep before. This one was being taken and harvested, having its gold sanguinum in its stores harvested. I am familiar with this technique, although it has been quite a long time since it has been seen anywhere. Approximately 800 years to be exact. The last cult to do this, however, had been previously wiped out to my knowledge, so this is troublesome.
Is this familiar to you? I show the cloak symbol. You know, the little thing I got?
Yeah. He looks at it before looking looking at your face and saying, while the gold cloak is in of itself a new iconography, the fact that it is golden leads me to believe that this is in fact some kind of refounding or new form of this former cult. They have been quite a nuisance for several centuries.
Quick question out of character.
Yeah.
What did we do with that hostage we took? The
Like,
lady with the red
the
hair
cultist?
that was in... Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you still have her?
Yeah, you have them. Yeah. Two of them. Two of the some. I don't know if I mentioned it last session or not, but two like Tempus agents escorted them into like an interrogation room, which you guys will also have access to shortly. But yes, they are here. They're just in a different room.
Right. Well, we believe that, or rather, we know that we have taken in a hostage from the ranks of the people currently harvesting these. They need a lot of gold sanguinum for some sort of project with an apparently very attractive individual.
Yes, it was a woman by the name of Ehvinas Summon. She could not perceive who cast the spell on her. Well, or more, she could not describe who cast the spell on her. It was quite unclear.
Here, Magnus pipes up. Also, it seems that the more she tried to recall the person, who we only know as ID, the more it seemed to hurt her.
I see. This is very, well, not common, but I've heard of this type of magic before.
I also believe that this has something to do with the congregation of the All-Seeing Eye. One of the rooms of the harvesters had this insignia within it. It must be some sort of branch off, or at least slightly connected to it.
This doesn't surprise me. This cult we had dealt with previously was in fact a splinter of extremists, so to speak, of that religion.
Right. Well, it is typical. But relevant. Now, have you learned anything that we do not know?
I was talking with this naratep as when you all arrived. It apparently, it comes from a nearby colony to the western mountains, and I was discussing why naratep never seem to be seen in this region, and it says that this region belongs to the outsider colony, which I find a most peculiar term.
An
It is not
outsider
one that is
colony
commonly used.
of naratep.
Sorry, you both spoke at the same time. I didn't quite hear
Oh,
what you're saying.
the Vipers was just like, this is not a term that is usually used then?
Okay. No. Outsiders, all naratep come from different colonies, but typically act more as if they are distant distant cousins, so to speak. Now, this
Well-
one describes the colony, describes the region that this colony should supposedly be in as outsiders is peculiar.
This naratep reacted very harshly to the body of the other one, the red one that we had, very negatively. I believe it called it something like an outsider, if I can recall correctly. It feels like literally a month. No,
Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
I think it called it something like an outsider, reacting hostilely. If perhaps the naratep of this region take on such mutated qualities as the one that we collected from that one house.
Yes, I had examined that body before coming into this room to discuss with this one. That one, even I have never seen anything like that.
Did you
Yes,
try
sir.
blowing it?
Excuse me?
Um. I'm so sorry. The idea of asking God if he tried blowing it is just really funny. Well, if you put, how do I explain this without it something like an euphemism? If you put part of it in your mouth and then blow on it, it creates a sound that will open up the wall next to the area that the tree ant fell down.
Yeah. Magnus just says, if you use a body like a horn, it produces this noise. And it just pulls out for recording hears of a noise.
Right.
It is quite unpleasant. I would not suggest doing it, but it is good for science.
It also has provably opened doors.
This is all quite peculiar.
Perhaps it has something to do with the latent corruption within this city. Maybe you, oh exalted, eternal knight, would know something about that.
It looks at you.
Saltiest motherfucker.
Doesn't help that he can't express anything except for distinctly dull saltiness in his voice.
Oh my gosh. Why? He looks down at you, and you get kind of this vibe that he's made very uncomfortable by the way you're talking to him.
Good. My guy came into this fucking police station and went, "I'm King Arthur."
Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, they aren't wrong.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, what did you actually say? Oh my god.
I mentioned the corruption
Oh, right.
that's in the whole city, and like, hey, do you know anything about that? Except I was really sarcastic and an asshole
Right,
when I did
right,
it.
right. Well, I know that Arcanes was founded in a bit of a, shall we say, unpleasant interaction. I do know that there apparently used to be a colony of naratep here before the city was founded, and was later found to either have moved on or have died. The records seem quite inconclusive about what happened to them exactly.
Hearing that, here Magnus brings out for picture he has of a broodmother he and Cypress found and said, hey, would my broodmother look anything like this? I am not sure if it is typical of what broodmothers look like.
It takes the paper from you to look at it for a moment before it hands it back. Yes, this looks typical, like a broodmother. However, how did it behave when you found it?
Oh, it was quite hungry, but not for food. It seemed to be quite hungry for everything. But that also includes food, so I suppose it was lying.
Well, technically, if everything is edible to you, then everything is food to you.
Yes, but I tried to feed it some of my rations, and it would not eat it.
Well, rations tend to be a little bit... well...
Yes, when we first came across it, it seemed to be in a slumber of some sort, and me and Cypress were trying to be quiet by using messages to talk to each other, but we believe it tuned into our thoughts.
I see. It reaches up its metal hand. It kind of like, puts like the thumb to its chin as it's like kind of thinking to itself. Broodmothers feed exclusively on sanguinum. When they are confronted with any kind of foreign non-naratep entity, they will usually try to scare it away, but do not ever try to consume it or anything. Not that I have heard of. At most it will fight it to scare it away, but they are typically not aggressive.
Well, this one seems quite intent on eating both of us.
To be fair, we did give it a chance to try. For all we know, it could have been trying to just scare us away by what it said.
Oh, perhaps. I don't know. It was quite scary.
I shall have to investigate this location.
Speaking of investigations, what is your relationship
to that woman?
No, to this, and he motions towards the institution. To this institution.
Tempus?
Yes.
Why, I founded it.
Okay, well, a lot of people found a lot of things. I want you to know your current relation to it.
When in the city of Tempor, I am considered acting commander. However, whenever I step out of the city, the organization is headed by its council.
Well, since you are here, and you are interested in this current situation, perhaps this would be the best time to discuss the fact that the, I guess, quote-unquote, enemy, the cult, the whatever you would like to call it, have moles within your lovely organization that you have founded. Would you know anything about that?
Of course they do.
Yes, right. Great leadership.
Today on Drexel's killed by a mythological figure.
Fucking do it, bro.
Do it, you won't.
Like, then that just proves me right that you're untrustworthy. SMH. Someone doesn't like freedom of speech.
Wow! I thought this was America!
I thought this was...
The free lands!
Arcanis kind of sounds like America if you ignore the parts where it doesn't.
Karnak.
Oh my
What I
god.
Yeah.
mean to say is that there are people within this organization that would possibly not only know more, but also know about how they have been working this city. Seeing as your acting commander, it could be useful to maybe have your insight on how this works.
Well, he's not acting commander because this isn't Tempor. Tempor's the headquarters. He's kind of just.
I don't know. Okay, well, someone hasn't released the document of the
I know.
commanders
Shut up.
for this
I know. Tempor's the city to the north. I know. Shut up. Shut up. But no.
Magnus would quickly interject again and ask, hey, if these moles are already known, isn't it better to keep them around and control what information they know and potentially find out who's controlling them, than removing them and having potentially new moles come in?
Well, yes, but we don't know who the moles are.
You don't.
Does our Eternal Night know?
Hmm?
As you look the Eternal Night, he can't literally physically make an expression, but you can't help but get the aura of a smirk on his face.
I get the impression that he is smirking. I do not know why.
Maybe it is because he knows and he is keeping it from us for some unknown reason.
Why would I share that information with you?
Perhaps we are the moles.
Perhaps.
You are a group of outsiders who, while hired by the acting inquisitor of this region, you have still been a fairly new interaction to the organization, and while I don't actively have any doubts of you, you could in fact be any kind of mole or agent, or shall we say ne'er-do-well, of the various other factions that seem to want to constantly disrupt the peace I try to build.
Seems perfectly reasonable to me. Trust
Well-
does need to be earned.
But whatever, if this is the relationship you wish to build with us, then this is the one that you will have. Mr. Eternal Night.
Finally, like, kind of walks up to you a bit more and, like, does a very exaggerated leaning forward to, like, get his face down to your level. And just kind of looks you dead set in the eyes. And I want you to make a fuck. What is the name of the roll? Why can I not? Oh, there it is. Let me think. Trying to remember
You're
D&D
not
rolls.
Wisdom?
Was it wisdom?
Charisma?
Charisma. It's
Wisdom, intelligence, constitution, dexterity, strength.
Yeah, he's
There are a few saving throws.
I'm trying.
Stein's trying to intimidate you, so what goes against intimidation?
Usually,
Charisma.
is it like a spell effect? Cause
Yeah,
I
it
don't
depends
know.
what he's doing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, are you,
that's fair.
Trying to do a spell on me, or are you trying
It's-
to intimidate? Because I don't know if there's a way to do an intimidation on PCs like that without doing a spell effect. Maybe it is.
Yeah,
I haven't played D&D in years.
I know, right?
I think you might have to do a persuasion check or something.
No, it's
I'm just looking.
shit. No, brain. God damn it! I read the effect earlier. What was it?
You doing a fear effect?
No, it's a. Okay, it's a fucking. Oh my god, my brain. It's a mind reading thing.
Okay.
Probably wisdom.
That's gotta be wisdom,
Wisdom?
Yeah.
or wisdom and charisma or intelligence, depending on what the effect, like depending on what the spell is and what his
Yeah.
spell casting thing is, and depending on the specifics.
Alright. I would say wisdom for how this one's worded.
Okay, well. Oh, that's a 2, baby.
Ooh.
I'm not a very wise man. I buffed myself to be good at one thing.
Yeah, that's like not one.
Talking shit. That is the... Talking shit, not getting hit. I unfortunately have no other recourse. Yeah, okay, what's he trying to find, bro?
As he's looking in, as you're like meeting their eyes, you swear it feels like it's like kind of this daydream kind of effect he has onto you. And as you look into his eyes, the two lightning bolts that form like his eyes kind of like change shape and color. The right one turns yellow and the left one turns blue. And you kind of just feel this kind of connection in your brain for a brief moment. Before he kind of leans back and just looks down at you and says, "And I'm the only one with things to hide?"
Get the fuck out of my head, piece of shit.
Lol, that
Things
was
that I hide have nothing to do with your situation. But whatever. If you want to deal with this on your own, you may. Bye. I leave.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my god.
I hope I will see you later.
Bye, Cypress.
We hardly knew you.
Oh my goodness.
You
Okay.
were the talented antagonizing people who were trying to help you.
Goodbye, we're here.
The
map section. Oh shit.
Oh, is the wall not walkable? Here, just a sec.
Yeah, the
I'm
wall's
trying.
not walkable.
I swear I had the fucking. What the hell's camera? What the hell?
Here, hey, you can walk through a door.
Yes. Well, I was gonna say, first, Xing is gonna try and stop you out there, from leaving. Before I have that conversation go and happen, however, I'll say, oh my god, I can pick up the fucking eye thing. There we go, Jesus. God, having two windows makes me confused. Okay, Stein kinda walks over to the rest of the group, and says, I'm sorry for agitating your friend, but they cannot expect me to be fully honest with them when I fully only know them. Or don't fully know them, rather. Goddamn, me and my not good English. Yes.
What did you do to him?
Well, he seems quite upset. I do not think it is us you should be apologizing to. It should probably be him. If you are truly sorry, that is.
Indeed.
Perhaps. I did not read much. I merely read their own guilt.
You read the mind then?
In a sense. It is not that I gained access to their mind. My ability is only to see the guilt they carry.
The guilt?
Kind of like raises his head and kind of like looks off in the distance as he like walks along the line of you. So bad at turning the voice changer on and off. As he like walks along the line of you and just kind of looks off in the distance. Every soul has guilt in it for one reason or another. Intentional, deserved, inherited. Everyone has guilt. Even me.
Is it like guilt as in feelings of guilt? Or guilt as in things that they have done?
Guilt as in feelings.
Yeah, Cypress nods at that. Well, it is rather humiliating and a bit personal. I feel a lot of guilt. So, I believe that if he does decide to come back, which I will not force him to do, you owe him a great apology. And Cypress kind of just looks up at the night and tilts their head a little bit and blinks because, you know.
Their eyes, like, dim for a second as if, you know, getting the impression that they're closed in thought. As it looks, as he kind of, before he looks back to you all and says, oh, God damn. Before he looks back to you all and says, very well, but I only will if they insist on referring, or if I only will if they cease insisting to constantly call me Eternal Night. I only introduced myself that to make it clear what and who my position is. I personally rather do not like the name.
Well, that is something that should be explained.
Perhaps I'm not the best with people.
I've noticed.
Do not worry. I will help.
Good. What did Magnus say?
He just said, where did that name even come from?
It's been so long. I think one of the fellow founders had suggested it, since I was known as being a knight who always wore his armor. But the name Stein to me is both older and closer. But even that is technically not my name. But that is a story for another time.
What is your
Stein
name?
is your preferred name then, yes?
I am not allowed to say.
Not allowed? Who is stopping you?
It's a bit hard to explain, but to put simply, the name of who I am is not born yet.
Oh. Really is Jesus, isn't he?
God damn it.
Okay, I'm just saying, if someone told you they were Jesus, would you immediately believe them? Yeah, you wouldn't. And they're like, oh, look at this, I got the stigmata on my hands, you have to believe.
Shut the fuck up.
Continue. Sorry.
Oh my god. But yes. Okay. Yes. While that's going on, you know, oh my gosh, move to the. Oh, the door's actually okay. The door you can walk through. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, I think that.
Okay, yeah, you did. You totally did. I'm dumb. As that conversation was going on, after Drexel stormed out, Xing, you know, tried to follow them and asked, where are you going? What happened?
I'm leaving.
Why?
Obviously, you and your organization don't need any help with all of this, considering they seem to have everything in the bag. So, I'm leaving to let you sort it out on your own.
No, what? And like he seems very very confused and unsure of what happened. And just like kind of continues walking, like stays near you. I hate that doesn't update unless I actually go to that window. And says, "Look, I don't know what happened in there or anything, but and I know that the night can be a bit peculiar and well, rude, to put it simply. But I assure you, you definitely we definitely need your help. You've all been very helpful in getting into the bottom of this mystery.
Right, well, I wish I could say the same for the rest of you, because, well, let's just say rude is to put it simply.
Yeah.
If that person in there is who he says he is, which I highly fucking doubt it. And even if he were, I highly don't care. He should have a great sway with your little company, and he seems to know who all of the moles are and all of the problems are, and he knows everything ever, all the time, apparently, according to him. And he doesn't need any help with any of that. So...
I do like that this is like Drexel like meets this figure and is like extremely rude, so the person's rude back, and Drexel's like, "Why I never?"
He doesn't care if he's rude to him. My guy read my mind without my permission. That shit is like number one reason to get on my shit list, dude.
Funny coming from the person
Or
who
rather,
played
reason
Pope.
number 4, probably. I don't know, eating during a movie, talking during one, yeah.
Jesus. Well, yeah, Xing,
If you do not trust us truly to do this job, then I don't understand why you hired us in the first place.
I 100% do trust you. Look, whatever he said back there,
He didn't say anything. He read my mind without my permission, and I have no interest in working with someone who does something like that.
I see. Yes, that's...
So unless he gives me some secret worth whatever he took from me, I have no interest in looking at him again without punching him in that stupid, smug face of his.
I suppose that is understandable. Well, I won't force you to stay or anything like that, but I must say I do very much appreciate. I know you and me don't exactly get along, but you have all been very helpful in this, and I'm sure the rest of the group would like you to remain, but if you at the very least would like to leave and cool off from this while I try and deal with this on our end, that is more than acceptable and understandable.
Right, well... See, we learned that there are moles within your company. Working for the people that were doing all of those things to those creatures.
I see.
I would be interested in pursuing that if I'm not fucking roadblocked.
I see. Understandable. Well... Well, like I said, I will have a talk with him about his behavior and remind him that I am the acting inquisitor of this headquarters, which means that ultimately I have full authority here, including over him while he's here as a guest. I will have a talk with him and hope that I can, at the very least, get an apology from him to you, and I know it probably doesn't mean much, but I definitely do apologize on his behalf to you, that I very much appreciate your work so far, and I hope I can change your mind to continue working with us.
He gives a slight nod and he says, right. Well, I'm going to take a walk. Let them finish up in there.
Of course, of course.
I don't want to do anything worth getting myself arrested or perhaps, I don't know, killed by a religious organization over. Considering he is apparently a mythical figure.
God damn it. I'm
sorry, I refuse to ever have Drexel believe this being the eternal light.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a cosplayer, bro. Yeah, no, he's just gonna take a, he'll come back, in a bit, but he's gonna take a fucking walk so he doesn't punch a man in the face.
Xing gives a bow of his head and, like, you know, gestures and, like, steps aside to make sure you know that you're, you know, he's not gonna, of course, stop you or anything. And, you know, respect that you wish to walk away from this situation currently.
Yep. I take a walk.
Alright. I take a walk.
Fucking monologue to myself. Fucking stupid idiot.
Fucking stupid Tempus, give me fucking money. Fuck you. Fuck that lamp.
Oh my money.
Yes.
I just need to read all that fine print, baby.
Yes. That's the door that way, and leads to main lobby and exit if you want to move Drexel out that way.
Yeah, he'll vibe over here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, wherever you want to put him, it's all good.
He's just vibing. He's vibing.
Yeah, wherever you want to put him is all good.
Fucking walls.
All good. Well, as that happens, we go back into this room, and after that whole conversation happened, we'll say that it all happened at, you know, about the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Xing bursts in through the door, and, like, is very clearly looking, like, pissed and everything, and just looks at the knight, and is like, "What the hell did you do?"
Oh, he met his guilt.
He what?
Yes, that is what he did. Do not worry. I am going to make him apologize.
You're not going to make... oops, wrong one. You're not going to make him apologize. I'm going to make him apologize. And, like, Xing walks up to the Eternal Knight. And, like, despite that, you know, the Eternal Knight towers over him, too. Jesus. He looks up straight at the knight, like, directly in his face, and is, like, you know, standing very tall and, you know, firm, and just kind of looks at him and says, "Now listen here, Stein. I understand that you are very much technically above me in terms of many ranks, but I will remind you that I am the Inquisitor of this location, which means that I am the one in charge of this organization's section. And I do not appreciate you causing confrontations with people I have brought into the case, even if they are technically not a part of the organization." And, like, Stein doesn't, like, say a word or anything. He just kind of stands there looking him dead in the eye as he says this. "Now, I suggest you leave them alone for now, but should they then decide to grace us with their presence again, I certainly suggest that you make a full apology and do not ever do anything like that without mine, or at the very least your person you're doing that to's permission." And, like, Xing, you can clearly tell on Xing's face there's, like, this part of him that's not sure if this is going to go the way he thinks, but he's still trying to put on this, like, tough face to Stein. Stein's just kind of standing there looming over him before finally speaking. "Very well. I understand, and I apologize for the trouble I have caused."
Wonderful.
You can see, like, Xing's shoulders finally lose their tension as he kind of is glad to relieve that Stein took that the way he intended him to. Drexel's in the room with, like, their fucking like their ear to the door is like, "Yes, everything's going according to plan."
You assert that dominance.
Oh God. Yes.
Yes, do not worry. We will help you along if you need help. You said that you were not good with people, so it will be okay.
Stein kind of turns and walks over to a desk and starts looking through some papers. Doesn't really say anything. He just kind of goes and does this. And Xing just kind of like shakes his head and like looks back to you all and says, "Well, I apologize for this peculiar interaction and everything. I hope you all continue to work with us, and yes." He clasps his hand together, and then goes, "Well, as for this whole mole situation, I actually do have some people already suspected of nefarious deeds. I don't know if they are necessarily the mole, and I don't know what Stein over here," as he gives him a quick glance, said to indicate we have 100% confirmed who they are already. And you can kind of hear Stein say under their, breath, air quotes, "I know who it is already." and
Oh no, they're the same person.
Yeah, Xing looks small and says, "While I get everything together to deal with that, and perhaps even bring you on board with dealing with that, we do have the two cultists you brought home, so to speak, in the other room waiting to be interrogated. I was going to have just a Tempus, one of our agents, and perhaps even myself do that, but if any of you would like to ask questions, considering you helped apprehend them, I am sure you can intimidate whatever resistance they'll attempt to put up. But that is ultimately up to you."
Yep, Magnus says, yes, I do have some questions I would like to ask them later. Yeah, but I also have personal questions I would like to ask Stein, if that's alright with him and you.
Xing gets a bit of a look on his face that indicates he's not entirely comfortable with that proposition, but says, "Well, as long as you're not asking any important, sensitive information relating to Tempus or anything like that, I suppose it should be fine."
Yes, it shouldn't lead to that. It's more based on what he and I are.
Xing raises an eyebrow and goes, "Okay, I think I understand. Well, that's up to him, really, if he wants to answer your questions or not, but I have no objection to it."
Yeah, I'm assuming Stein heard what Magnus said.
Yes, but he hasn't really reacted at all.
Yeah, Magnus just looks over and says, "Is that alright with you, Stein?"
Stein kind of looks over from the desk at Magnus and just gives a simple yes answer.
Yep, Magnus just nods.
All right. Okay. So Magnus wants to have a conversation with Stein. Does anyone want to do the interrogating?
Sure.
Excellent.
And I can have the spell that'll make them immediately be your best friend.
All right.
Yeah, how many of us used to have?
Only one second level, but I have a only one first level, but if I use a second spell slot on it, I can cast it in both of them at once. And I have 3 of those left.
Excellent. Well, I just realized something that would make my life a lot easier. Give me 2 seconds. I can set it so camera can also control the fucking NPCs, so I don't have to jump between my DM window and the camera window. That seems so much smarter than how I'm doing.
Wait, if our camera can control our NPCs and we can control our camera, can we control our NPCs?
No,
Ah,
I don't think so. Try clicking and moving on Xing. See if you can move him.
nope.
Okay, good.
Not anything with him.
Haha.
God damn it, foiled.
Haha. You've been foiled by simple programming.
My worst enemy.
Yes. Alright. Did it work? It did work. Excellent. This makes my life so much easier. Okay. Well, all who wish to either partake or observe the interrogation can follow me, and then, Magnus, I'll leave you to have your conversation with Stein.
Yeah, Cypress will follow you.
Yes. I will show this real quick where this goes. Ding, ding, ding. What the? Ding, 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 ding.
Cypress just hums as they
Well. So yeah, in this observation room, there's like a two-way mirror sort of thing. There's a desk with a clerk over there, shelves, just a simple room. And through the observation window, you can see the two cultists you bring in. Ehvinas is there at the desk, her hands kind of in her face. The other one is a fairly young-looking Gindrel with like bleach blonde hair, who looks to be quite young, and he's clearly fidgeting. He's like fidgeting with his fingers and like tapping his feet on the ground, like quite clearly nervous.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Well, they can't hear you right now
Oh shit.
because it's another
I
room.
thought you were talking about the receptionist guy. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm talking about the two things. The receptionist is a young Gindrillian woman who's just kind of going through paperwork and whatnot, and doesn't really acknowledge your presence.
Looking ass.
I like how he turns the not acknowledging your presence.
Yeah, no, Cypress is going to kind
Damn it! I
of
can't.
tilt their head. Can we hear what's going on in the room, or is it
Yes,
just like...
you can hear through the room.
Oh,
Is Digion following into here, Chris, or is he going to stick around in the room with Magnus?
He's gonna stick with Magnus.
Okay.
someone's got to protect him.
Why is... God, we'll move that there. Here, I'm gonna do something because for some reason I can only go so far right. Gonna make the map bigger so I can move the camera over more. Just a sec. Width. Where's the width? There it is. Save settings. And now... There, I can move the camera right enough so the full thing can actually be on screen. You need to remember that. Cameras need to be play wider than they need to be for my purposes. Good to know. But, yes. Yes, the clerk just kind of looks up for a brief moment and gives a nod to Xing and, his guests with him. He looks over to you two. Says, according to what information that we have so far, neither of these have any kind of prior known criminal database with either us or the town guard. They seem to be typical upstanding members of society. We don't fully know where they work and everything. That should be part of the interrogation. We know Ehvinas' name, obviously. The other one has not given his name and just kind of refuses to talk, but he is clearly quite nervous and worried. I don't think it takes a genius to read that in his body language.
Well, if he's too stubborn, I can simply trump both of them.
Of course. My only request for limitations is we try to keep a good relation with the public. This room is actually open to the public at any time to ensure that our interrogations are not done inhumanely, although not many people tend to show up for them. But if anyone walks in here, don't be surprised.
Do you consider drumming to be inhumane?
Well, I would rather you not torture them for information for a variety of reasons, not least of which is morale.
I mean, if I drum them, I don't need to. They just tell me.
If you charm them, that will be great for giving us information, but due to laws and regulations in the Tempus organization, if you charm them, that counts as them surrendering information to escape penalty, so to speak, and will mean that should they be found guilty of anything nefarious, they will intrinsically get a lighter situation. I won't go through the legal history of this, but let's say there is an era in Tempus history where some perhaps well-meaning but morally questionable inquisitors decided that forms of magic that push people to confess and plead to things led to a very difficult era in trust with the public.
So it's an option, but it's not an option A.
Yes, I would suggest just try to do normal conversation and bargaining. If they try to ask about getting out, without facing any kind of punitive means, as long as they are not guilty for any kind of murder, well, if I understand your story correctly, Ehvinas did try to kill that shopkeeper that you ended up killing. Or one of you did. I don't know who. But, outside of that situation, if...
Hey, he deserves it.
Drexel very much didn't hesitate, as if he was his primary target all along.
Gotcha.
Snitch, Hanukkah, Jesus Christ. No one knows the fucking code.
These bitches
Oh,
ain't
God.
loyal. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah.
Hey, never snitch. I mean, obviously, I'm the only one with the criminal background, so I guess.
Snitches
no one
get
understands. No,
rewards.
Snitches get stitches, okay?
Yeah, Cypress kind of tilts their head. They're like,
Snitches get preferable treatment in the eyes of the law.
Yes.
I believe that Drexel had moral reasons for it.
This shopkeeper did
Look.
betray us.
Look, you don't have to justify anything. I gave you permission. I know your group is a bit roguish. And let's be honest, that shopkeeper was pretty much confirmed to be dealing in what is basically trafficking and kidnapping of a sentient creature. So,
Torture as well.
I'm not going to shed too many tears, nor am I going to get you in trouble for that. Although I will have a talk with Drexel of preferring to take in criminals alive.
I'm sure that will go over swimmingly.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it either.
Yeah, Cypress just
Can't
kind
wait,
of.
Xing.
You
Hey,
know
at
him
least
at-
we make Cypress look
Hey,
reasonable
I'll wingman.
and attractive by.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
That's the plan. That's the plan.
If you know Drexel at all, you might want to save yourself some trouble, some family advice.
It's my job. I have to do it.
Well, very good luck.
But yes, as long as they aren't doing, if they confess to any crimes that don't involve murder, human trafficking, I don't know if they directly were involved with the capture of that naratep, or if that was the shopkeeper acting on his own. If you determine they were involved in that, obviously they're going to be dealt with swiftly. But if the worst of their crimes is just interacting with this cult and, smuggling this sanguinum and whatnot, that is something we can offer some leniency on, depending on what information they give us. Being in a cult is not illegal.
Are we allowed to lie to them?
He kind of shakes his head and gives that shaky motion with his hand to say eh. Technically, Tempus agents aren't supposed to lie in these interrogations, and I do my best to oversee and ensure that doesn't, because I very much care about our reputation with the people. I know how bad a bad reputation with the populace can make your efforts to do justice a lot more difficult. However, you two aren't Tempus agents, and they don't know that.
So from what I understand, integrity is very important here.
Yes, integrity is very important, at the very least for the Tempus organization. A lot of our authority comes from trust. I'm sure you're all aware yeah, this is gonna be one of those things that shouldn't have to be said in context of the universe, but is just for the sake of me. Tempus, Tempus doesn't rule over the free lands or any sort of thing like that. Our authority is entirely given to us by each local city-state's jurisdiction and whatnot, as long as we stay out of general bigger affairs and only enforce the Tempus rights and whatnot.
I see.
Wouldn't it be the feeling if you did?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we will do that only as a last resort.
Yes, if you feel it's truly necessary, I'll allow it. Just know that if you do, it will make my life and dealing with this too more difficult.
Oh. Well, I would not want that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I get the feeling that our friend in the other room's presence here is already making my life more difficult.
Are we allowed to scare them at all?
Yes, if you don't physically harm them in the process. Which again,
I promise I won't physically harm them. I meant more casting the entire room in complete and utter darkness.
That does sound quite scary.
Let's put it this way. Let's make this simpler for everyone. He looks at the clerk woman there and just gives like a like nod of his head, and she kind of picks up her paperwork and kind of rolls her eyes and like leaves the room. And he says, I'm going to we don't like to leave this room open and unlocked when there's no attendants in here, and I have some other work to do, so I will give you about 10 minutes or so to do what you feel needs to be done to get to the bottom of the mystery of these two. And when I get back, I will have to intervene in whatever's going on. And if, some things happen I don't approve of, I will, of course, verbally... What's the word?
Don't get mad at me, Daddy Xing.
Oh my god, no. Freeze canceled. Cypress erased from existence. Just dusts right there.
I already did promise I would not physically harm them.
Good enough for me.
Worry. I think that I will be able to charm them quite well.
Now, if you excuse me, I have now discovered that our robot friend is a blabbermouth who will instantly share and brag info that we know who the moles are. So if you excuse me, I need to make sure he did not say that to anyone else.
Okay.
Good luck.
So I will leave you to deal with that. He kind of leaves the room and you hear him like lock the door behind you.
Oh.
Yeah, she's gonna turn to Cypress and be like, "Do you want to lead or shall I?"
I will, do not worry. I have sat in on many business negotiations. I am certain that this is not too different.
She nods.
Cool, how do we get in? Through this door?
Yeah, I can here. Yeah, there's a drawer model, but to get things working, it was being a bit weird. Can you drag yourself into that room? No?
No.
Okay, I will do so then. Boop.
Yeah, we can't
Beep.
move into it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It's all good. Oh, right. I'm gonna have... that's good enough. Okay, yeah. So... Before we do that, though, we're gonna hop back over to Magnus.
Based.
If that's all good with everyone.
Works for me.
Excellent. Pretty boop. Meanwhile... approximately 20 feet away. Yes.
Yeah,
So
on the other side of a door of a wall.
yes. So yeah, we can just. This is basically what's happening after that whole spiel that we just did. So yeah, they have just left the room. Stein has not moved from the table, still looking through the papers. The naratep is looking a bit uneasy, and so he kind of just gets back onto the table to rest. And it's now just you three in this room.
Yep, so Yeah, Magnus just makes his way up to Stein with Gizmo behind him.
Mhm.
And... Good. Yeah, it doesn't even really know how to begin, so it just says to Stein, Stein, do you feel at all?
Define feel.
Like, here, feel emotions. Here, do you know when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're upset or angry?
Do you?
I am unsure. I don't think I do consciously, but I'm just unsure right now.
Stein kind of lifts his left arm and looks at Digion and points to him and says, You, Tethian, do you feel emotion?
Yeah. I think so.
Do you know when you feel it?
That's a bit of a vague question, isn't it?
Like puts its arm down and looks back down to Magnus and says, You understand my difficulty with an answer?
I believe I do.
If you are
Fine.
If you're
Most of the
asking...
time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just go. Now go ahead.
If you're asking that I get angry and or sad and agitated, I thought my behavior a moment ago with your friend would have made that clear.
I suppose so, but I was referring to like here or the whole emotional spectrum, just not the negative side of things. But have you
Good.
always been able to feel these things, or was it something you developed?
He kind of reaches down and gets his scabbard off of his belt, and the sword. We'll say he put his short sword back in there. He holds like the sword hilt to, in front of your face, and says, "Do you see this yellow ribbon?"
Yes.
Or sorry, this orange ribbon. Sorry, wrong color. This belonged to someone I cared about very much. They were the first friend I had.
Yes. I'm assuming you two were very close.
I'd like to think so, but it has been a very long time.
Yeah, and you've always cared for this person.
I did not know at the time how much I did. It was only after they were gone and I grew to miss their presence that I truly understood.
I see, so you only realized what it was after you lost it.
In a sense, yes.
Yep, so if we were to tie this back into emotions and that, you wouldn't know you were feeling them until you lost the ability to do so.
He kind of like ponders for a moment and kind of stands back up and like puts the scabbard back on his hilt and says, Are you aware where you are, Magnus?
Yes, I am inside for Tempus Headquarters, what's located in Arcanas. Physically, at least.
Do you have a desire to do anything, or will you react, or will you stay here until ordered to do something?
Yes, I do have things of my own that I want to do, but I have decided to do largely independently.
That is good. That is good. He kind of thinks for a moment, says, "How do you feel?"
Yeah.
Shish! How dare you correct me? But no. Yeah, he kind of stands there and thinks to himself before he goes, "How do you feel about the interaction me and your friend had done?"
If Magnus doesn't answer immediately and he does things for a little bit. So objectively, I know that I should have made me feel a bit uncomfortable. Yeah, I know what is my expected response, but I don't know if that's something that I truly feel or not.
I see.
It's there, but it's sort of distant.
Do you think that that sensation is unique to your nature?
I do not know. If we're going based off of assumptions, I would assume that there are other people here that feel similar, here that know things are there but are detached from them.
I knew a man once who was very good at faking emotions. Your average person who interacted with him would thought that every smile was genuine, every laugh was from the heart, and that every tear was a shed of the soul. But I know he was heartless and cruel and unkind. And there are those who show no emotion, who are distant and quiet, and yet truly do care for other people, even if they themselves do not know it. If you are worried that you do not have feelings and emotions, I assure you, you more likely do. Or most likely do.
Yes. And what exactly are you basing that assertion on?
In my experience, anyone who self-examines themselves of their flaws and or traits are more than likely... Actually, let me think how I word this.
Oh, good.
In my experience, those who examine themselves and who question themselves in their nature, whether even it be in passing or in deep introspection, typically are not the heartless kind.
Yes, I see. So, for me, fact that I am questioning this stuff, it means that I do have it somewhere.
More than likely, yes. I know you referred to us both as constructs, but technically, I am not quite that. But neither are you.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, from what I know of my creation as well, I was not made in the typical way most constructs are.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, it does glances towards Fusion a little bit like, I kind of want this to be private.
Dijon just walking up into this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much like, there were things I wanted to say, but I don't want to fully share them yet.
It's all good. For Digion. Good. He kind of leans down and looks a bit closer into your eyes. You have Veritas components inside you.
Here, Magnus looks and goes, yes. Is it that obvious?
No, but I have dealt with them a lot and know quite a bit about them. All Veritas have a trace of divinity to them. I can sense it.
Here, what trace of divinity? Here, is it just what separates me from here more ordinary constructs? Here, is it what which gives me what most people consider to be free will?
God damn it, Bree. Partially, perhaps. I do not fully know your construction and your nature, and thus cannot give you the full answers you seek. It could be part of it, or it could be coincidental. I do know that according to Tethian myth, at least, there have been constructs that do not come from divine natures that have achieved self-awareness and sentience.
You wouldn't know if there's any of them still alive, would you?
If they are surely in hiding. The modern Tethians do not have, despite their praise of the machine and technology, they still have much mistrust of intelligence that is not their own.
Yes. Yes, my creator did tend to try and hide me away. Due to that fact, so I can understand that.
Understandable. Makes sense.
I'm just trying to think where else I want to go with this. I've said most of what I wanted to say. I'm just trying to review if there's anything else I wanted to do.
Stein just kind of stands up again and looks down at you. To give a very blunt and simple answer, it took many years of introspection to become aware of my emotions in any capacity to control them, and even then, it's still difficult. But I understand this is the struggle of all thinking and feeling things. It will come in time.
Yes, I do actually have a project here, what I'm here working on, what might be able to help me understand other people's emotions at least.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, what I aim to do is, here, as part of my magnum opus to our Congregation of the All-Seeing Eye, here is to try and create a device that can store thoughts, memories of other people, but not just that, also store what their thoughts were at the time, what their emotions were, what they were feeling, to a point where anyone viewing it would pretty much be that person for that length of time.
Stein doesn't give an answer immediately and kind of like is standing quite still and just kind of looking at you at the news of this. Being John Malkovich. Oh my god.
That's the plot of that movie, okay? I'm just saying.
He just kind of looks at you and says, "And where did you get the idea for this?"
It is something I came up on my own. I was mostly aware of my lack of emotions, or perceived lack of them, and figured that if I wanted to be able to feel and interact more properly with other people, then it would behoove me to be able to understand what I feel first.
I see.
Yeah.
You can see his like hand is kind of like resting, like his left hand is like resting on his blade's like hilt. It's not like properly gripping it, just kind of resting there. Is there any kind of device you had found that inspired this thought?
No devices, no, but here I discussed this with my creator, and he suggested using sanguinium orbs as a conduit to be able to store these memories. I have
I see.
I have a few abilities of my own that can already do similar stuff. And with that, I'm just referring to my, what is it? Magical tinkering.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I already have here. I already have ability to record here, to record sounds, as you saw with here sound I showed you before.
Yes.
I have ability to make objects emit hit various odors and sounds, but I see fit.
Yes.
And I can make, and as you already saw, I can also make I can also make images here as I see fit.
I see.
I just have to figure out a way to do these inherent things I can do, so that other people can experience said memories.
I see. I see. He kind of rests his hand from his blade and kind of just takes a few steps over to the table. And then turns back to you. And says, well, I suppose there is no harm in trying this. I am not too versed in the exact inner workings of sanguinium, but I do know many people who have worked with the material, and it has done peculiar things before, so perhaps your attempted creation could work.
Yes, I would. I believe it would please me for it to work. I just have to get started on it and find people who would be willing to assist me with it.
I am sure there are people, perhaps even your allies. Just know this. You must be careful with this type of creation. Some might view it as a way to selfishly extend themselves, or perhaps use it for less than ideal means. It is a creation you would have to guard closely.
Yes, my own intentions with this device, aside from using it as a way to understand other people, well, I guess it's tied into it, is to have this device be used for other people to understand each other better, to try and solve any disagreements where it's applicable. Things of that nature.
I see, I see. Then perhaps it might find a good use.
for example, one of our hit-wise, I was planning on using it with my own memories. Here, as a bit of a test, is to record the events of our last few days. Here from us. Here encoding for Treant Gold Willow, and here everything to do with our mutated naratep and the real number we found. Instead of it just being described to other people who might be looking into it, it's as if they are there, but they know the exact feelings of everything as we went through them.
I see. Well, as I said, I don't know if I can help much in the creation of that, but it seems plausible.
With that, yes, what we did to Drexel before, reading their guilds, is that something that could be tied into my project or variations of it?
It's something that, in my experience, has been unique to me. I would not be surprised if someone else has the capacity to do so, but even I am not quite sure how I learned that. I just kind of can.
I see. Here, thank you for indulging me at least.
It is fine.
Yep, and here with that, Magnus gives one final nod up to Stein and starts making his way out to where he believes what interrogation room is.
Alright. Yeah. Stein is a bit awkward and doesn't give much in the way of acknowledging response of his exiting besides a slight nod.
Yeah, so pretty much exactly what Magnus did.
Yes.
So, would Magnus know where the interrogation room is?
Not necessarily, no. I don't think...
So, okay, he gets to the door and pretty much goes, where is my interrogation room?
Stein just says, go left after you leave.
Yep. How far along?
The very next... Oh, wrong button. The very next room.
Yep. Here, Magnus nods and just heads out. While all that was going on, how much would Dijon have overheard?
Depends. Was Digion trying to overhear everything, or was Digion respecting the privacy of the conversation?
He was being respectful. You know, he's not gonna, eavesdrop on someone's private conversation.
Okay. Well, let's say he heard the earlier bit, back when, Stein had asked him the question. He was kind of standing around for a bit before he left.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, pretty much when I said no, Magnus wanted to keep it, I don't know.
Yes. Alright, I gotta move that over on the other screen. Alright. Well, yes, we have this room now. Let me get over here. There we go.
Wait, but door would have been locked, wouldn't it?
Yes, technically you shouldn't be in there, but it's okay. Cannot see out of that room, so you're not on the screen technically currently right now. Why is the eye twitching like this? What is going on?
It's angry, just like me.
No, the lighting effect is like...
The eye is about to morb.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up.
If for all thing it's coming forth.
Oh my god.
Dude, this reminds me of when the Eternal Night just went, it's Morbin time.
Shut the Stand back, Drexel. I'm about to morb.
We walked into the police station, and the guy turned around and he went, "Oh, hey. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Michael Morbius."
It's Morbin time, Drexel.
God. Okay. Also, by the way, when you're like, oh yeah, you can like pressure them, just like don't like injure them. The first thing that came to mind is 28 stab wounds. Didn't even want to give him a chance. Huh? I every time interrogation. Oh, you need stressed? Just stab.
Yes. All right. Yeah. While that was going on, we cut to the interrogation room where Cypress and Annika have entered while that conversation was going on. The young Drillian male does not react. He kind of sees you and then just looks back at the table and goes back to fidgeting. Ehvinas leans back in her chair and kind of like puts her hands behind her head and says, "You know, I thought agents of Tempus weren't allowed to use charm magic."
What gave you that impression?
She gives like a gesture, like a shrug of her eye, like her shoulders. Dear God, she gives a shrug of her shoulders. Everyone knows Tempest agents aren't supposed to be using charmed magic. They're supposed to be honest and respectful of people's agency. And yet you came into the forest, charmed me into spilling a whole bunch of stuff you had no right to know, and then dragged me off to your headquarters.
Yes, apologies for that. This is my friend Annika. She is quite new to all of this. Do not worry, she was very thoroughly reprimanded, and she is here to make amends.
Annika just nods.
Oh boy.
Well, how are you two doing today?
Well, I'm locked up in a interrogation room, so not very well.
I understand that. They kind of like pull out their lute and start like gently strumming it. We are here to attempt to get you out of here as soon as possible. Unfortunately, that means that we will have to ask some questions, and it would be best for everyone if we just answered them. And they give a smile.
Right, of course.
Well, right off the bat, I am Cypress Marietti. I
That was a
know
bit too.
your name Ehvinas, but what is yours? And they turn to the Gindrel.
Where's the one I wanted? That one's a bit too tappy. This will do for the interrogation. Good enough. So you're asking Ehvinas her name?
No, I'm asking the other guy because
The other-
Cypress
okay.
knows Ehvinas' name.
That's fair. His name. He kind of squirms a bit and just goes, Thuridin.
How do you spell that?
Here, I'll put
Type
it.
in.
Yeah, I'll put it into the chat.
I don't know what letters are.
Camera, it speaks.
Thank you, camera.
Jesus.
Well, it is wonderful to meet you, Thuridin. Well, to begin, okay, so what exactly are we trying to find out?
Okay, so you want to question for any kind of information relating to the cult, what its activities are, and or where you can find it, and any more information on AD you could possibly get. The information you had gotten from her when you asked her in the forest is, being unable to describe him, and that they were supposed to meet him in the abandoned castle outside of town in like 2 days.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Cypress is like, well, to begin, might I ask, more about your organization, your cult? I hope that is not a rude way to put it, but as far as Bree is aware, there are key differences between cults and religions to the point that it is completely different.
Yes. Third on goes to speak before Ehvinas shushes him and just kind of looks at her and says, looks at Cypress and says, and what reason do we have to be telling you anything?
Well, the more that you tell us, the more likely it is that we are able to get you out of here quickly.
And get us out of here to go where?
Well, I suppose wherever you want. There is a very nice inn just a few blocks away from here called the Meta Butterfly Inn. I would suggest going there. They have pretty good food and nice beds, and it is very beautiful as well.
Well, see, here's the thing. My buddy here, Thoradin, as you can tell, he's pretty nervous. He's pretty young. I honestly think you should just let him go right now. He can disappear into the woodwork, so to speak, without any kind of problem. Me, on the other hand, I've already spilled the beans about AD and whatnot thanks to your little charming stunt back there. So, even if I get out of here, I'm now in deep trouble, so to speak.
Does your organization have any way to prove you're the one that spilled it?
Well, as I'm sure you discovered, we're magically compelled to not snitch on him. But considering I was being prodded into trying to discover him, I don't know all his fancy magic bullshit. I don't know if he is even aware that incident has occurred or not. If he is aware, I assume he's probably going to realize that I have been compromised and or caught, and presumably have me killed in some way.
Oh, well, that is quite unfortunate. Does that mean that you are worried to regain your freedom?
Not so to speak, but I'm probably gonna have to leave town.
Oh. Well,
I'm gonna need, a little bit of cash, so to speak, to help get me going, But if I'm leaving, I wouldn't have much of an excuse to, not, give some details to, help you out.
Well, this organization can certainly afford to pay money if it needs to.
yes, I am also sure that they can provide you with sort of protection. But everything has a cost. And unfortunately, Cypress kind of glances to Theoden and then back to Ehvinas, and she's like, Theoden will have to remain here for the time being. Do not worry, Theoden, you do not have to speak, unless you have anything relevant that you would like to say. But mostly we are here to just get information that we can. Now, how much coin would you need in order to feel safe enough to loosen your lips?
Ehvinas kind of tilts back in her chair. She's acting, very confident and whatnot. Very sure of herself. Says, well, let's see. Given the style of living I've been living here, if I want to get anything even close to that, I'm going to need, I'd say probably at least somewhere in the ballpark of 100 or so gold to get myself started up somewhere comfortable.
I can't believe I'm going to get a fucking loan from my parents. Yeah, Cypress nods. They're like, well, we will keep that in mind. I am certain that, given time, we will get those funds for you. And they kind of like, would you be willing to give us money in exchange, information in exchange for 25 gold coins, just to begin your savings?
For how much did Cypress say?
25.
25. Yes. Well, 25 isn't really that much, but I suppose I can share a little bit to show that I do actually have something to give.
Oh, I want to assure you that we want you to get out and survive this situation, just as much as we would like to survive this situation. And Cypress, kind of like jiggles their coin purse, pours out their 54 gold coins on the table that they just carry around with them. I don't know if that means a lot, but you know what? Fuck it.
Yes, it does.
And they count out 25 and push it over to the side of the table. See, that leaves me with I don't fucking know math. Okay, it leaves me with 29. I would also like to point out, and then they scoop the coins back into their bag very slowly, so you can hear the chinking of the coins. I am from a very rich family. I know that you said that your minimum was 100 gold coins, but, well, I'm sure that I could give you a little bit more, in exchange for some faith in this conversation, if that is at all possible.
Well. I see. You know, come to think of it, and she's kind of looking you a bit over. You're Minoy, which, if you come from a wealthy family, I could assume means a certain family, of course. There are not many rich Minoy families around here that I know of other than the Mariettes.
Yes, that would be the family that I come from.
Well then. I am sure you would be interested to hear that she gives a bit of a flinch of her eyes again, like she was back in the forest when you were questioning her about AD. She says, sorry, I can confirm that one of the farms here is somewhere that he has a great vetted interest in. We store a lot of our supplies, so to speak, in the region, outside the city.
Is there anything more specific
Well,
that you...
here's the problem. Is Thuridan here? I could share this information with you, but you know, Thuridan here is fairly new to the whole organization, isn't aware of much of the know-how that I have. So I suggest you let him go, so he does not have to be here to listen to me spill the beans and put him at risk of knowing things he shouldn't yet.
Well, that is very kind of you that you would like to protect your rookie member.
We have.
Eridan, may I ask you a favor?
Yeah?
Could you stand in the corner and put your hands over you? I'm so sorry for that.
Oh my god.
I was going to suggest potentially communicate via message, so Theoden would have no way of even hearing us.
Oh, yes, that is a much better idea. Theoden, please ignore my previous request.
I can
Are
cast
you
it.
able to tune into?
I
Yes,
can
I'm
cast
also
it.
able to cast my message.
Oh god. All right. Okay, so you're gonna message with
Can we do like a
Ehvinas.
three-way message between Anna?
Yes, I will allow
Ehvinas,
it. Don't worry.
and
I'll allow it.
Cyclops?
I will allow it. Don't
Based
worry.
between the two of them, it should be possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Cypress is going to continue to play so Theoden doesn't feel silent. They feel bad for him. Well, in mind space now. Well, now that that is settled, we can all hear each other. Correct?
Yes, yes.
Oh, do not be so sour. It is okay. Well, go ahead. We are ready when you are.
Well, she's clearly feeling a bit awkward about talking like this, but, continues. I'm sure you know there's 2 farms outside of town, right? Crescent Moon Farm, the newer, nicer one to the north, our mutual friendly name that I shan't think right now for my own safety, very much visits that farm quite often, and typically, as far as I'm aware, it's very much after we make any kind of acquisition of our sanguinum materials.
To drop off or to take?
I would presume to drop off.
Hmm.
I've only been with him to the farmstead once and stayed outside one of the buildings. One of the smaller lodges by the windmill.
And he talks to the owners of this farm?
I think he knows them, but when we go, he does not talk with anyone. It's always late into the night. He has a key for the lodge.
I see. Do you know what happens to the sanguinum after?
Well, the
it's
sanguinum
dropped off?
the sanguinum is being stored for a event that's supposed to take place eventually.
An event?
Yes.
Are you able to provide any more details about that?
I could, I suppose, although I'm sure you might find it a bit peculiar.
Try us.
Look, you see, as in a fellow Ekosian, I don't know if you grew up in the homelands or whatnot like I did, but
I did.
we're a very jubilant people.
Indeed.
Well, you see, our gold sanguinum is for a special event in which we shall have quite the decadent party, so to speak, and with the help of our sanguinum and our jubilant nature, such act of joyous revelry in the glorious existence of life will help imbibe that gold sanguinum pool and bring back an avatar of the all-seeing eye himself.
Oh?
Yes.
That's interesting indeed.
Yes. You see, we're a bit of an offshoot, as I'm sure you've guessed, a cult, so to speak, as Tempus likes to classify us. But really, we're just ones who are looking for the writings of the original first one, the very first soul to be blessed with the gaze of the all-seeing eye. Hence, and she kind of like gestures up at her face, hence why I have both of my eyes gold. The typical teachings say that this is an act of arrogance, of claiming the ones to have like the first. How could that be? We're imitating the one who quite literally spoke on behalf of the god. What could be more holy than trying to be like the one the Holy One had chosen?
Yes, indeed. Well, it seems to me that if you're going to be part of a religion, you should strive to be like the best members of that religion, correct?
Precisely.
Yeah, Cypress nods.
That is certainly an understandable sense.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
when will this party be taking place?
I don't know the exact date of it because it's entirely dependent on when we reach the appropriate level sanguinums. Last time that, and she kind of stops herself for a second. Last time that I was told was, should be very soon. We were hoping this last batch of sanguinum we were to retrieve from that shopkeeper would be the last and final amount we would need, but unfortunately, we did not get it, but perhaps one of the other groups were able to get a proper amount that I have failed to do so.
Well, I sure do hope so. It does sound like a very fun party.
Indeed.
Oh, yes.
Well, next thing's next. Could you tell us more about this meeting that you were supposed to have with, the mutual one, in about 2 days, correct?
Oh, right, that. Yes, that was when I was supposed to drop off the sanguinum delivery to him. He's very peculiar about when we go to see him. I don't know what he does for his day job, so to speak, but I can very much say that he gives off the air of someone who spends a lot of time dealing with very important tasks. He's always quite punctual and always brings a rather well-armed guard along with him. If you intend to crash this meeting, so to speak, I would definitely suggest being prepared. He has quite the troop with him that are, well, I guess I can't say my group was anything to really sniff at, considering that you dealt with us quite single-handedly, but I can definitely assure they'd be more of a fight than you. They always even though I had no reason to fear them, they were always quite an intimidating lot.
Well, I do not know if that is the plan right now, Kurt, but that is good to know. Alright, we haven't gotten the name of the call, right?
No, you haven't.
Might I ask what the name of your organization?
Well, it's rather simple, I'm sure you'll find. We're quite simply called the Golden Cloaks.
Very straightforward.
Well, you see our writing.
The Golden Corral.
the writings we have found, including a journal that we believe belonged to the first one. He was known for wearing a golden cloak as he looked over the city of Skaro. I'm sure you're familiar with the Skaro, the city between the Carcosian homeland and the Freelands. It was founded by the first.
I am.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Gold is a very common color in that city, and it's all thanks to him. And Even though it seems to be lost in the official records, ours seem to indicate that he did in fact wear a golden cloak in his final years before his untimely death.
Well, that does sound very pretty indeed.
Gold is a very important color in the religion in general, so it's not particularly surprising.
Yes. Exactly.
Can I roll something to see if I know more about this on, other stuff?
See if you know more about what, sorry?
About the golden cloaks.
Yep.
Like stuff that he's not telling me.
Sure, I would say that's going to
Well,
be a difficult arcane lore.
I guess. Does that mean I roll Arcana or?
Arcana, I would roll Arcana.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we also have the chat's curse.
Shit, nice.
Is it what
24?
only on me?
Oh, was it? Oh yeah, it was Bookworm. Yes, you're right. I forgot about that. Never mind then. 24, Jesus. Okay.
Say the
Well.
line, Cypress. I got a nat 20.
Jesus. Jesus.
Almost.
It
Well,
wasn't even a nat 20, but
yeah. You think about it, and though you don't know anything specifically about the Golden Cloaks, you actually do seem to finally have your memory jogged, and do recall reading about some of the various offshoots of the congregation of the All-Seeing Eye, and they all do tend to have to be centered about imitating the first one in one way or another.
Mhm.
So the idea of emulating or taking on a symbol representing the first one specifically is not an uncommon thing.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just writing that down real fast. Okay. Alright. Good to know, well, this has been a very good history lesson. Is AD also part of this Golden Cloaks? Or is he someone that you're more allied with?
Oh no, AD himself is the leader of the whole shebang, so to speak.
Interesting.
Yes. I met him many months ago, probably almost a year now. I believe I was invited, I'd somehow acquired a invitation to a gala hosted by one of the higher, more wealthier families here, and happened to meet him there, and he was quite immediately charming and hit it off. He invited me over for dinner one night and slowly introduced me to the whole organization before I found myself initiated.
Ah. Doesn't sound like a cult leader at all. Yeah. Cypress nods. Sounds like it was at least a fun time.
Oh, definitely.
Well, was dinner good?
Yes, he had quite well-off provisions and whatnot. He's very much someone of a rich man's taste, so to speak.
Oh, interesting. Does he enjoy parties?
He's peculiar in that regard. He seems to enjoy the act of partying, but I feel he does not enjoy large groups of people. Perhaps that's why he has us cells all interact in smaller groups. I think he feels more comfortable when it's a smaller collection of people he's dealing with.
Oh,
That is
he's
really
shy.
I'm not going to lie, as someone who grew up as a member of the All-Seeing Eye, I would like to speak to him at some point.
Annika switches sides and joins the villains.
Annika's just like, that's based, actually. Fuck all y'all.
Congregation of All Seeing Eye is over. Now Mel is my new religion. Yes. Yes, I will say during this line of questioning, thank you for reminding me. Yes. All of a sudden, Cypress is interrupted in their mental mind by receiving a message from Magnus.
Yeah. Excuse me, Cypress. Me and Digian are at the door, but it's locked. Can you let us in?
Oh, I do not know. Please give me 1 second. And they're gonna like stand up. They're gonna look between Fairdown and Ehvinas, and they're gonna be like, "I will be right back. I'm going to get a little robot man. See you soon." And they stand up and they go to see if they can let Magnus through the door. I can't move past that shadow, I don't think.
Yes.
But...
No, you can't because of how I built the room. Here, just a sec. This window. I will say yes, you unlock the door and Magnus and them can come in. Is Magnus and Digion going to sit in the viewing room or are they going to come into this actual room?
Well, it would be beneficial for all of us to be in there.
Yeah, Cypress, before they go in, is going to pause by the door to like let them back in, and they're like, just so you don't know, Annika and I are going to have to connect you to our mental magic because we have a sort of thing going on because Therodon is apparently a rookie, and Ehvinas is trying to pretend like she is protecting him, but I think he has a message. AD. So that is what is currently happening. We are interrogating them.
Yeah, but it's fine. Since I have message as well, I should be able to join rather well.
Yes.
Where does what lead?
Just do not torture them physically. That is what Xing said.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Alright.
It looks directly towards Digian, who murdered a sleeping man.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hey. I'll kill a man, but I ain't gonna torture him.
I can respect that.
Torture's kind of
That's a good
cringe.
one hit.
Jesus Christ.
To be fair, everyone you've killed
Quick and
did one
painless.
hit.
Yeah, quick and painless. Well, maybe not painless, but it's quick.
I mean, to be fair, if they were asleep, did they really feel the pain?
I don't know. I'm not them. Nor do I want to be.
So.
Yeah, no, Cypress is going to look to Digian and be like, yes, please keep your weapons to yourself, and also your fists, and also your feet, and also your legs, and your teeth.
I'm not a walking weapon here, man. No, I'm not a, walking nuke.
You almost are.
Well, and also your spells.
Like,
My
okay,
point...
I get it.
Jesus.
That is very good.
You're very impressive with your sword.
Oh my god. Shut up. God. Okay.
Yeah,
Here,
Cypress
I got
will
my
let them back into the room, and they're like, hello everyone, I have brought more friends.
Yes. Yeah, as we go into the room, would Magnus see what Therodon is nervous at all?
Yes, you would see that Therodon's nervous. Yeah, I'll move you all in there.
My music hasn't calmed him down.
Magnus would just see what and say out loud to Therodon. Sir, would you mind? Would you like to give Gizmo a pat? While this 4-foot-tall mechanical dog creature comes over to him.
He looks very kind of scared and intimidated by the dog. Considering the dog was also attacking them in the fucking forest.
Would Magnus realize that?
Probably not. But yeah, so he kind of like shakily puts his hand out to like kind of pet the dog's head real quick before pulling it back.
Magnus just sits there looking up at him. Here blankly.
Yes.
Gizmo does.
Very well. Yeah, Cypress is going to connect Magnus and Didion into the Skype call. And Gizmo too. Why the fuck not? And
Gizmo deserves it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, in everyone's minds, you just hear a whoa.
Yes, that was our dog. Well, Magnus's dog, not ours. I did not mean to communism your dog. Well, yes, where were we? Let's see. Fuck, brief forgot where we were.
We're talking about their leader.
Yeah, I know that, but anything else? Let's see.
I had mentioned I'd like to speak to him. I don't remember at all what happened before that, to be honest. I've already forgotten too.
Yes, is it possible to get in contact with your leader in order to speak with him more cordially?
Well, like I said, I don't really have a way to contact him, so to speak. He always comes to contact me, and as such, I don't think I will have an opportunity to talk to him until those. Until that meeting 2 days from now.
Do you think that he would attack us on sight?
Sorry, what did you say?
I was just gonna say, would it be possible for us to attend this meeting?
Okay. And what did Bree ask? I literally didn't hear either of you there.
Cypress was just like, do you think he would attack us on sight? Basically asking what Magnus asked, but more paranoid.
Gotcha. Well, to answer both of you, Ehvinas answers, well, I don't know if they'd attack you on sight. They'd probably try and shoo you off the premises and just tell you to get lost. But I doubt they would allow anyone in there that isn't me and my cohorts.
That does make sense.
Hey, can we be part of your cohort?
I think he would be suspicious if I brought an entirely new group of people to a meeting.
Yeah, organizations like this one don't thrive because they trust easily. To say the least.
Precisely.
I do not think that this is a fight that we want to. Cypress kind of frowns a little bit, and glances to Magnus and is like, Magnus, have you heard of the Golden Cloaks?
Would I have?
No, I don't think you would have. They don't exist outside of this city, so.
Yep. I have not no. Yes, I would only be aware of like the main part of or seeing I wouldn't I, or at least what part of my trailer was a part of.
Yes.
I understand. I ran out of. Because AD is the leader of your organization, could we assume that he is Ekosian?
She gives like those twitches of her eye again. And just kind of has her mouth agape as if she's like dealing with a lot of like a headache pain very strongly.
We're killing this woman.
She's like, I really couldn't tell you. I don't know what it is he does, but it's like the minute he leaves your presence, you just kind of forget him.
That is an incredibly handy spell. As much of a problem as it is for us right now.
Yes, that does sound quite unfortunate.
Yeah, you can do a medicine check, Magnus.
15.
I always
And
love
one
when you
plus
roll.
two.
I love when you roll advantage or disadvantage, and it's the same number on both sides.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
You can tell that it looks like, typical symptoms of like a severe headache.
Yeah, yeah. Given what I know about origins of what's causing it, yeah, can I tell like would it kill her if we keep going along this line of conversation? Would it like really harm her? Or even if we stop with something ID do be able to harm her remotely?
You don't know about that last bit, but you can tell that
Yep.
there is a very likely chance that there is this will eventually cause her harm, as this seems to be some kind of damaging effect that's, to incentivize her not to try and think too hard on this topic.
Yep. Yeah. Magnus does this mentally to others. Yeah, maybe we should avoid any lines of questioning with ID here until we can remove spell he's put on her.
Unreasonable enough.
Cypress nods, and is like, well, Stein apparently knows or has heard of this type of magic, so perhaps he has heard of ways to remove it.
I'm sure a powerful enough cleric could handle it.
Yeah. Magnus looks over towards Ferguson. Here, doesn't include him in it. Here, does Ferguson have does this person have the same effect on him? Here, asking Ehvinas that.
Sorry, what? My brain did not comprehend the
sorry.
question you asked.
That's here. Magnus just gives a quick glance towards our other person, Ferdin, which Magnus doesn't know his name is Ferdin, and just says, "Here, does this other person have the same? Is this other person under the same effect as you?"
Well, Theoden has never actually met him, at least as far as I know. That would be quite shocking. Anytime we go to meet him, I'm the only one allowed to see him in person. He always stays separate in a room, while my cohorts wait outside with the sanguinum.
Yep. So, ID doesn't actually know who your cohorts are.
Well, he does, presumably, because he knows the description from the, associates he brings along to guard him, so I imagine they'll be aware that when you all arrive, you're not my usual cohorts. Especially since there's most certainly not a Minoy and Tethian and robot within them.
Yeah, probably does tend to stand out, doesn't it?
Out of curiosity, who he can pass as one of your cohorts, if any?
Pretty much Annika.
I mean, yeah, Annika's an Ekosian. She would fit, but nobody else would.
Okay. This is for like me. Do we know where this meeting is taking place?
Yes, it's in the castle, the abandoned castle. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So then, so we can't go in under a disguise, because, well, you said it yourself. They'd just recognize us. Could we go on another route? Like, I don't know, sneaking it.
Well, it is a very large castle. You could perhaps go there ahead of time and try and lay wait, or just try and sneak in there a night of. Though there's always been rumors that there's some kind of creature that lives in the castle, and every once in a while I found the remains of dead animals and what I believe to be the remains of dead travelers on the castle grounds when I went there. So there might be some truth to that. I don't know if it's scared away by a large enough group by him and his cohorts, or if it's just, pure luck that they haven't run into it.
Yes. If we were to try and get there ahead of time, and potentially deal with a creature, would that alert I hear the code at all? Or would I have means of examining the area before arriving?
Well, I imagine they try and search the area beforehand to make sure there's nobody hiding around in the ground and on the grounds and whatnot. I don't know the creature, though. I don't even know if there is a creature or what it is, or if AD himself, and she still kind of twinges a bit, but not as hard that time, has any control over it or anything like that.
Alright. Okay. So, direct approach out. That's understandable. Sneaking in is a possibility, but it leaves the potential monster thing to deal with. Disguises are out.
Perhaps we should have a conversation. When and if Drexel returns, and also with Xing in the, perhaps we could have some more backup. I am going to be honest. I do not wish to lose any of you by taking a fight that we cannot win.
That's fair.
Yeah. I would not.
Yeah.
I understand.
I would not want to rush into a situation unprepared.
Yeah.
And it's better
I
to
just don't know.
be
We don't
safe than
know
sorry.
what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
As you're all... Sorry, you can
Let's
finish
ask
what you're
one
saying.
more thing real quick.
Yeah, go on.
Ehvinas, do you know if bats roost at the castle at all?
What?
Do bats here rest in roost at the castle? Are a common occurrence around there?
Bats?
Yeah, bats. I'm thinking of like.
I think-
Rich.
I think so.
Oh, that
As-
is so cute.
Not something I
Cypress,
noted.
I don't know what the fuck Magnus is talking about.
I don't know. I don't know 100%, but I would not be surprised.
Yep. Hearing what Magnus does looks directly over towards Cypress and Licorice if he's anywhere on her person.
Well, after you get that answer from her,
Licorice is probably. Mm-hmm.
okay, after you give that
Okay,
answer,
sorry.
Time.
I was gonna say, you hear a tapping on the window from presumably Xing finally coming back.
Well, that seems to be our cue. Well, thank you for your time, both of you.
Oops, goddamn it.
They give like a little dip of their head and flap their wings. I'm
You're
certain
saying
that
this
we will be
out
back to
loud?
discuss further things. Yeah, they're saying this out loud.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, as you're leaving, Third and still looking anxious and whatnot, Ehvinas just kind of yells at, "Hey, don't forget our deal!" As you all exit the room.
Oh, do not worry. I will be back with your money soon.
Why can? Oh my god. Roll 20. Stop being a bitch. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't tell
All
me
right.
what to do.
Tell exactly what to do. Yes. Here we go. What was I saying? Yeah. So Xing's there. He's looking in the window at them and says, "Well, they don't look too roughed up, so I imagine things didn't go badly."
we had quite a pleasant talk. It seems that I am going to be funding Ehvinas.
Excuse me?
Yes, she wishes to run once she gets her freedom because she is afraid that she will be killed.
I see. Makes sense. Well, I won't let her go this very instant, but I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, I would need to speak to the other members of my family first. So that is good. Otherwise, we have several different options for taking care of that meeting. None of them seem to be good.
Well, that seems to be the case in this line of work, typically.
Yes, we were wondering, do you know if Drexel will actually come back? Or are we truly leaving him out of this?
I'm quite certain he will come back. I very much got the implication that they are planning on returning. At least they said they would. They just wanted to go for...
I mean, speak of the devil and he shall appear, you know? I mean...
Drexel can totally come back. Don't worry. I was actually going to do that myself, honestly. Just drag you back in.
Yeah, no, while you have this conversation, I'm just standing in the fucking doorway like, yep, alright. Well,
Hey, in the audience, like, applauses.
let him sweat it out.
Cypress kind of perks up there.
Drexel just kicks on one door and says, "What's up, bitches?"
Hey, what's up, fuckers? You have my phone because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah, Cypress kind of perks up. They're like, Drexel, welcome back.
Yeah. Hi. What's up?
You sound more despondent than usual.
I
Well,
always
we just
sound
went through an
pathetic.
interrogation. Well, we just went through an interrogation. They go through their notes. We got a little bit more information. Let me just read directly from my notes. So, the two people in there are Ehvinas and Thirdon. Apparently, AD has an interest in Crescent. That is where they drop off their sanguinum. That is going to be used to perform some sort of party or ritual, in which they bring back the avatar of the all-seeing eye himself. Apparently, this is supposed to happen quite soon. And the sanguinum delivery that was going to be the last one is happening in 2 days at the castle. AD is going to be there as well as a well guard. It is probably not a fight that we can take on our own. Let's see. There's also, we got the name of their cult, being the Golden Cloaks. They are one of several subsections of the Congregation of the All-Seeing Eye that attempts to imitate the first. AD is apparently the leader of the Golden Cloaks. AD also enjoys parties, but not large groups, which is interesting. They probably would not let us just walk into the castle and speak to them. And sneaking is also quite dangerous, as well as a headlong confrontation.
Right. Well, why don't we lay a trap? If we can't raid their
Yes, we could
things
lay it.
because we are outnumbered, it seems as if their supplier of sanguinum has gone, unfortunately, missing, and is no longer able to supply. If the Tempus, right? It's
Yeah, Tempus.
right?
Yes.
Right? If the Tempus organization were to seize his belongings and have them in a conveniently located storage room, maybe some of the folks would come to collect.
Xing strokes his beard and says, "That's actually not a bad idea."
It's easier if it is on our turf.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Something I was thinking of myself is having Licorice be in that area when the meeting's taking place, and then Licorice follows them back to wherever they go to try and hit it, so that if we were to have a confrontation, it would be more in our favor.
We could also. This is a little bit unorthodox, but if we store sanguinum in barrels, you can also store people in barrels. They collect what they can. We can sneak in. Typical...
I mailed myself to the BBEG.
Look, Marty! I turned myself into Sanguinum! I'm Sanguinum Rick!
We can put pipe bombs! We can put pipe bombs in their sanguinum!
I want you.
I want you in.
Oh my god! Oh boy.
I'm sorry, that gift
hey.
just gets me every time.
Hey, you just dropped a bunch of dynamite to hit onto Magnus and shove him into a barrel.
But we could do probably a lot with our current position, which is we know things they don't know we necessarily know yet, unless one of us is the mole, which I doubt at the moment.
Oh, that would be quite concerning and sad.
It would be annoying.
And
But-
concerning and
If we can get as much gold sanguinum as we can, we would at least have what they want. Have more bargaining power and have more staying power, I guess.
yes, I would prefer that a talk happen rather than a fight.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yes,
Magnus does. Yeah,
That is terrible.
yeah,
Can Magnus speak? Yes.
yes, I am. Yeah, Magnus just asked for a group. Yeah, what is our main goal here? To apprehend ID and break up the cult?
I would just like to know what exactly they are doing. What is causing this corruption?
Yes. Xing speaks up as well and says, well, one, yes, finding out this cult's goals and if they're anything to worry about, which I kind of get the feeling they are in one way or another. But two, see if they are related to the corruption here. They very well could be. If they've been planted in the city long enough, then perhaps their presence is what has been setting off Gold Willow to come and become agitated. And if they aren't related to that, seeing what knowledge they do have, that could lead to us.
Their irrational and insane beliefs have caused them to enable and perpetuate the torture of an innocent creature. I think they should burn. That's my goal.
Well, hence why I said they most likely do have a nefarious outcome, if that's something they're willing to do.
Yes, well, I can help with part of the burning. I will not kill anyone, but, yes, would not be upset if they necessarily died.
Very well.
You don't
Well-
seem the killing sort. That's fine.
I feel like we should discuss our options. I'm very much in favor of this idea of seizing the sanguinum, because even if they don't fall for the trap and come and get it, it will at the very least disrupt their plans and extend our window of opportunity to stop whatever they may be doing.
Right. We should do that pretty quickly. The
Mhm.
news of our, well, capture of these people, as well as the slaughter of the rest, will probably get to their upper echelons quicker than we might like.
Yes, I will prepare the necessary arrangements to go and seize this material. And we can discuss how we exactly want to go about doing this. First, however, I feel we need to go have a conversation in the other room. If you all don't mind following me.
I don't
Yes,
see why not.
there is much to discuss.
Right?
Yep. Magnus just nods.
Boom, boom. God damn it! The fucking doors.
The what?
Doors. They won't let me out.
Just walk through the doors! Just go through the actual doors! The doors are walk-throughable!
But
Are we
it's
going
so
back to-
inconvenient.
Yeah, the interrogation room. The interrogation room. Or not, the examination room.
Oh.
That's the word.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was
I
was
went
just going.
through 4 doors. I'm not going back.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. I was just going to call it for naratep room.
Yes. The naratep room, yes. Pretty much. More or less. Ah, where's Cypress?
They get
I'm ready
lost
She
in the
got
way.
lost.
Next.
Huh?
Digian. Right next to Digian.
That's weird.
Oh,
It
there
didn't
they are.
update. It did not update on my roll 20. That was weird.
It wasn't up
Oh,
on my
well,
end
it's on
either.
mine.
Yeah,
My internet's just shitty right now.
It's all good.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'd mind
yeah,
Tempus
she
just got there.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yes, I'm.
Well, at any rate,
Well, just move me if you want. I can see what's happening. So,
Xing looks over to Stein and says, Stein. And you see Stein like lower his head a bit before like turning around and like pointing it back up and slowly walking back over to Drexel. And is like, I apologize for my rudeness earlier. It was highly inappropriate of me to do any kind of mind interaction without your consent. I apologize that I let my agitation at your snarkiness of calling me the Eternal Night get to me and allow me to behave in such a way.
I don't know where your agitation came from when you introduced yourself as the Eternal Night.
I introduced myself to make it clear of my position. When I've not made that clear before in the past, people have gotten mad at me and called me being dishonest and trying to hide it from them. But in all honesty, I rather do not like the title.
Right. Well, I'll make this clear for anybody in the room. There is never any permission I will ever give to do that, ever. And if anyone does, I will kill you or die trying.
I understand, and that won't be necessary.
Well, that seems
Wonderful.
quite good. Thank you for the warning, Drexel.
It's only fair.
Hey, if Magnus could shift, he'll probably be shifting right now.
Okay, I hate that that's what pops in my head right now.
Their
Oh, I got Smod. Oops.
Cypress just their tail keeps bouncing. They seem quite happy. They seem very pleased.
Just so
They're
cute.
like, yay, friends.
But yes.
Awkward situation.
Yeah, they're also like.
They're all here.
Cypress is more like, wow. Drexel gave us a warning if he was gonna hurt. That's good.
It's an improvement.
Well,
but they are also happy that everyone is here.
excellent. Okay,
Wow.
so now that the apologies have been had, the interrogation's been done, and your plan of what to happen next has been more or less settled. I think this is where I'm going to call session tonight, unless there's anything anybody else wanted to do or say or anything.
Can I ask
yeah.
Xing to marry me?
No, not yet. I haven't set up enough death flags for him yet.
No!
I don't know, he's
I'm
a
so
little bit.
upset.
Yes.
He's like marginally nice. That's the ultimate death flag of all time.
Good.
No,
Oh.
okay, look. You don't understand.
Like,
I'm
Xing
sorry, him going up to Jesus and being like, made me fall in love with him that much
Here's the
more.
thing.
You don't
He's-
understand.
He's kind of like the initial friend NPC, and that instantly is death flags.
For
Don't
me,
stop fucking saying it!
the thing is, as a DM myself, the ultimate strategy is anyone who is nice will die or actually be evil.
Evil. I believe Yahtzee made the joke that characters like Xing should be wearing a shirt that say "I will die or turn evil" by the end of the game.
No,
Like,
I'm going to.
it-
I can fix him. I can fix
It's so common in like
I will
D&D
fix
games. Like first character you ever interact with. Oh, that's
Evil.
That's the BBEG, by the way.
Yes.
Happens
I was-
so
No,
often.
I can fix
When
him.
we started Mask of Souls, that was what I was planning for Sinessa, because I was going to have her just lose control of the mask originally, and be the
And then
big
we
bad.
took it off.
Yeah, he just fucking stole it.
Session 1.
I was like, what?
Y'all stopped the BBEG section 1.
Yes! Yes!
Hilarious.
And, because the thing is, I don't think Jade even knew it could kill her if she pulled it off. So she's like,
Yes.
this is a mask. I'll just take it off her face. How hard can it be?
And then she tried to pull it off, and it literally wouldn't come off, and she's like, oh, okay.
Keep pulling until it comes, and it came.
That's what she said.
Phrasing.
And
Jesus.
then when Gauze burst in, she abandoned the party from the window.
Yes.
Actually, would like to do one more thing before we
Oh, okay.
I
and
do have another
when we
thing
go
as
back
well.
Okay. Fair.
to the inn, I want to have like a party round table.
Oh, right, the inn, right, yes. We can move to the inn to end the scene here. Or end the thing there.
Yeah, the thing I want to do, right?
Yeah.
It was with prisoners again, so I'm not sure if I would be going to win or not.
Oh, with the prisoners? Yes, right.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much you have prepped for that.
I don't have too much, but because I ended up falling fucking asleep when I was saying I was resting. We can do that next session though. They're not being let go today, so.
Yeah, pretty much the thing would. Yeah, Magnus was gonna ask him a few more questions unrelated to the
Yes.
kind of investigation, and just keep an eye on him throughout the night. Make sure that nothing further happens with Ehvinas.
Yes, that is totally fine.
Yep.
We can hash out the details of that another night. More in tune and whatnot. But yes, now we can actually end the scene at the inn. Oh yeah, I gotta get to the right tab. Hello, welcome back. Here, we're gonna end session at the inn, which is actually a good idea. That actually makes my life easier for when we do next session.
Minus Magnus.
Yes, minus Magnus. No Magnus here, which means no Gizmo either. Dun dun dun.
Oh.
They're dead. No, I'm just kidding.
Turns out the
keep
death
getting
flags
away
were from
with
Magnus
this.
all along.
I mean,
Don't make me choose between
he's a
them.
little
Can't do
boy.
it.
He's just a
Yeah,
little
no.
boy.
I'm sorry. If Magnus wasn't a PC, Magnus would be fucking dead.
Jesus. Alrighty.
Most
Too
likely.
good.
Okay, how's this look?
Right.
Okay. Shit, I accidentally opened Clip Studio. Why do I have the icon there? Damn it.
Blue gang and with one single red. Fucking go. Look like we're bullying Annika for her lunch.
Dun, 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 dun,
Become
dun.
Right,
Mother,
yeah, so
I am
before
going
we all,
Mother, I am
hit
going
the
to become
hay,
blue now.
making dinner.
Yes.
And I sort of sigh and say, I feel like after today, and after the events that went down, I do feel as if we are going to continue to work together, especially in high stress situations, such as perhaps the few that went down in the past few days, it might be beneficial to understand where all of us are coming from as well as we can. While I
Oh.
despise with all of my entire being that Stein fellow, there was something that he was onto, which is that all of us do not know one another, and we are generally outsiders to what we're going into. Meaning, for all we know, one of us is untrustworthy. I want to know, or perhaps we all would benefit from knowing exactly what we are doing. Or rather, what are we doing with this? What do you want from this? Why are we here with the with the Tempus, with the Tempus organization? Is it just money? Or something else?
Well, for myself, it was originally the money. But after learning more about the danger underneath, I am looking to protect my family, or what is left of it. And I also like Xing. I think he is interesting.
That is a very noble goal.
Hmm. Yes. I
Your
am.
family, are they here?
Yes. I am also. So, I wish to become more powerful. Not into corruption magic, but powerful. The same.
Well, you and I might have more common than we thought, because I also originally started this from money, and I also wish to become more powerful.
I do not think we should compare the reasons as we want to get powerful.
Oh, I don't think those.
You are stepping onto territory that you have no clue what you are talking about.
Right. Well, speaking of which, Annika, you are the most connected to the organization we are currently facing against.
Yeah,
Does that
she
have
nods.
something to do with why you're sticking on?
She nods and is like, I do admit that is a large reason why I wish to speak to this man in the first place. I may no longer be with the Congregation of the All-Seeing Eye, but this is a cult that is not unrelated to them. And I'm incredibly curious and hearing his views of things. And as I've mentioned before, I am very interested in this source of corruption exploring the source of corruption.
What do you intend on doing with it once you know?
I don't know. She thinks for a bit and is like, as of depends on what form it takes, what can be done with it. I don't really have enough information. a number of plans that could go in a number of different directions.
Do you consider yourself a particularly religious person? Still?
Not anymore, no.
Why's that?
She pauses a bit, and it's like, well, had a, I guess you could call it a disagreement with how my father was running things. He run the part of the religion in the city I grew up in.
Interesting. Probably a good
eventually-
decision.
And eventually I decided to go off on my own.
What about you, Digion? So close to saying Digion.
I heard it in your voice.
Yeah,
I
did
heard
hear
it.
Did you?
Hey, well, unlike at least these two, I don't really have any connections I want to protect or things I want to learn or power I want to get. I'm more so just originally for money, unsurprising. But now it's just money or no. A bad organization's a bad organization. Doesn't matter what they are, what they preach, what they practice. They're going down, whether they want to or not. It's
Can't disagree with that.
what can I say? I've had one too many run-ins with a bad group of people, so at this point, I'm all for us, Magnus, all of us being a team, and finishing this and getting this over with. But I will say this now. This applies to you. This applies to everyone I meet. So don't think I'm just being a dick. It's just how it is. If, for any reason, anyone I know, it could be my own family, doesn't matter, shows they're trying to do shit like this, or even remotely close, let's just say, they're not going to be quite too fond of me for the next few, whatever intervals of time it takes. I don't like organizations like these.
Shit like
And-
what?
No, story for another time. Besides, we don't exactly have the most time on our hands to get this shit done. I'm saying this because I really don't have anything to go off of currently, because
It's all good.
I didn't write a backstory for him.
It's all good.
I understand. Okay. Gotcha.
I'm good at winging it, though. I'm good at winging it.
Welcome to the
Long
Wingers
story
Club.
short, I'll let you know this though. The main thing about his backstory, he was massively ostracized as a kid. So he basically hates most people who are like that. So I'll give you that. Something to chew on for now, until I can actually make a backstory.
I can.
Poor Rensa.
It's all good.
Sorry,
It's all good.
Yes, and what about you, Drexel?
Well, money is a large factor, but, well, the naratep that was being tortured, it made me angry, so I'm following that hatred through. If there's anything I know about getting stronger, about making things change, making anything happen, it's that usually If you follow hatred, it will take you somewhere. It's a valuable emotion. I will feed it. Besides, I believe that was wrong. I want to do something for him. So.
Hey. I'm all with
Well, I
you.
can do that.
Besides,
I
it's
did
probably not just one.
Oh.
They've probably done this on a mass scale.
I'm
And
sure
it's
they have.
probably more common than we know. Might not just be this organization. In general, sanguinium producers could be doing the exact same thing. It's not like
Likely.
naratep are social enough to report it to a
Yes.
guild.
I am. A lot of corruption often goes unseen and unheard.
Yes, like moles within an organization.
Do we believe that any of
What?
Yes, I've
You cut off.
Yeah, you cut out there.
Yeah.
Do you believe that any of us are the moles?
Maybe not for this organization. No.
I am no mole, but I am an Ekosian who was a member of the All-Seeing Eye, and they still hired me. So it makes me wonder if they know or if they just were hoping it wasn't.
Well, you're making a very good case for being interested in corruption. But regardless,
It just makes me
I
wonder
don't
what kind of
believe
background check they do or don't run.
I don't believe any of you are connected, or not necessarily connected, are moles for this Golden Cloak organization. If that was the case, then you would probably be showing some signs of strain when talking about this AD figure.
I did not know.
However-
I did not know they existed until you did.
If any of you were a mole for something else, I would never be surprised.
Yes, you seem the very paranoid type.
I
Put it
am
mi- put it
a very
mildly.
careful type.
I do not think it is paranoia
I have
Like,
to
never been wronged
protect.
by my paranoia, so I don't really see what the issue is.
I'm not saying it's an issue. I can certainly respect it. Actually,
Wonderful.
It's-
I'm glad
it's-
we are on the same page.
it's very smart to not give trust easily.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
God damn, this whole fucking party is fucking bunch of idiots. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
we've never been wronged by a paranoia. Everyone lonely as fuck.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's literally, you know, Drexel over here like, I haven't had friends in 20 years.
Is Magnus well only trusting one of our party?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
This party needs
Yeah.
Magnus so badly.
Yes.
No,
my bad.
this party would
Magnus
Conversation
was
is
not
be
here.
proof of concept right now is that we're having this
I
conversation.
feel like we're all trying to
All of us
suss
are
each
like-
other out at this round
We're,
table.
we're all looking at
saying-
each other like, I will stab you in the back for my goals, and I
Shut-
Oh boy.
If you show a sign of weakness, you are getting fucking killed.
Yeah, Cypress is going to kind of pause a bit, and then I feel like I should mention, if we are concerned, I am likely being hunted down by another religion.
Oh, that sounds in character for religious organizations. Why?
Yes.
At least at this point, yeah.
Which one?
Ritza? What's the professional one called?
A sect of the ancients.
Sorry,
Wait, yo, God, what was it again?
Yo, God,
Um,
what's my backstory?
Jesus.
Okay.
The sect of the ancients.
Can I make a roll to see what I know about that one?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Yes, you can do you can do a arcane lore. We should really make a religion skill check for this.
There is.
There is one?
Religion.
Oh,
Yes.
well then I'm dumb. Do a religion one.
It's a religion.
Shut up.
Dang.
9.
16.
Please, fuck
Give
Oh,
me
yeah.
a second. Give me a minute. You gotta find it.
Drexel. All you can recall. Okay, Drexel and Digion. All both of you can recall is that it is a religion that is primarily found in Gindrillian populaces, and that it originates from the Drillian Empire, as it is their
I thought you
official
were gonna say
religion.
all you can recall, it is a religion. Just leave it.
Yes. And then for Annika, you know that. Plus, you also recall the fact that that it is not friendly towards the Minoi, as there is supposedly, ancient scriptures of theirs that, speaks out against the Minoi Empire that once existed. And that it worships a divine ancient god that came here and helped slay the primal gods of the planet of Mortua.
Gotcha.
Kihihi.
Well, I can think of one reason why they may be after Cyprus. They are Minoi. It is that sort of religion, unfortunately.
Wow, a religion being racist? Who would have possibly guessed?
Yes.
Oh man, that was maybe
Something-
guess number 2 on the list.
Such an impractical way of viewing things.
Yes, quite impractical. But, well, I have never known members of that to be practical. Cypress kind of frowns a bit, kind of looks off to the side. Regardless, if they find me, they will,
Understood.
I do not know if they will extend that to the rest of you.
Well, I am Minoi myself, so perhaps.
Yes. Do not worry, I will not ask any of you. It is my fight.
Well,
What?
don't worry, I don't snitch.
And as long as we remain allies,
That
I've
would be
made.
appreciated. I do not want to die.
And as long as we remain allies, I have no intention of letting them kill you.
As long as you remain allies.
I mean, I don't tend to lift my finger for a random person walking down the street, but as of right now, all of you are allies, so I'm going to provide my protection to all of you if need be.
Right.
Hmm.
Well, I am not being actively chased and murdered, but I have my fair share of people I don't want finding me. So I would very much appreciate, don't mention me to people who might be interested.
I will certainly not.
Though, they would probably be looking for someone of a different name.
You know what that name would
Well,
be?
that is
No.
Understand. Fair enough.
then.
There's
Lol.
a reason I mean, sure, I guess, like, insight check to read.
Oh my god.
I mean, he's not,
I'm sorry, Cypress is sussy.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Go
Kinda
through.
sauce.
It's nothing rolled.
Okay, I'm trying.
Oh, there it
I'm
is.
trying. Oh
There's
shit!
the-
I rolled it twice. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
jeez.
Well, don't worry. Either way, you do really good. Jesus.
Why is Cypress
Yeah.
just God?
What
I know,
are you
right?
trying to incite?
Yeah.
they're just like, do you know the name? Or are you just hiding it from us on purpose?
Oh no, he's basically saying like, Drexel is a fake name, lol. They're looking for something else. I'm hiding.
Yeah, but does he know what that name is?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
Drexel knows his real name. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but Drexel, I'm sorry, Drexel immediately would know. That seems weird.
That's
Fuck
no,
you, I'm counting that as
he-
one of my nat 20s.
No, my guy's just like, no, it's just that he was like, yeah, I don't want to be found by anyone who might look, but they might be looking for me for a different name, so you probably won't have to worry. And then Anika was like, what's the name? And he's like, no, what the fuck? There's a reason I'm using a fake name, bro.
I mean, like, her reasoning was if someone asked for them using that name, she'd be able to know they're asking for him and respond accordingly.
Yeah. He sort of shrugs and says, you'll probably figure it out in time. There are not that many Teffian Minois out there.
That is a fair point.
Especially ones that look like me.
Yeah.
Drexel's like, my real name is. Pulls off a mask. They're also a robot. The Eternal Night.
My real name
Funny.
is. That would be hilarious.
That'd be
Drexel-
a long con.
No,
Dude, that
Drexel's
would be such
like,
fucking
my
long
real
con."
name is. My real name is, and he pulls off his mask. More.
Michael
Um,
Morbius. Yes, my name is actually Morbius.
If Drexel's real name is Michael, I'm going to kill myself, Alex. I swear to Christ.
No, it's not. But I kind of want to make his last name Morbius now.
Oh my god.
Drexel powers up to level 20. It's finally Morbin time.
Okay, dude, I'm gonna actually have to think. It's too late for me to make any distinct decisions, but I've thought of it. Okay.
Okay.
but he-
Yeah, Cypress is going to nod and be like, well, Drexel, if you feel that you watched, or followed by someone going to, I am certain that my family manor would be safe for you to reside in. Her. I do not
Oh.
want you to get her.
I will keep that in mind. Can I do a? Is there like a history check I can make on the Mariettis?
Yeah?
Because they're a prominent Minoy family, and I feel like there's not that many of them.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And one of my buds knows a lot of Minoy, so let me see if I can history check that shit. I've been rolling like ass like the past entire game, so
Nat 1, Nat 1, Nat 1.
Nat 1, Nat 1, Nat
Don't
1,
not want it.
22.
Oh!
I want this to succeed. Let's fucking go.
Okay. You actually think about it. Bree, help! I'm blanking on the Marietti lore. What?
Do you want me to just take over?
Yeah, you can just take over. Explain the Marietti family. To give you how much they go, they remember that they actually know the name and what they are known most famously for.
Cool. Would they know about the recent news?
Remind me, how recent is it?
Like a few months ago recent.
Here, I'm gonna leave that to a dice roll on my end. They do. Or at least vaguely have heard of it.
Yeah, so, Alex, look at me. I am the DM now.
Oh shit.
So,
New god.
yeah, no, new god. Yes. Yeah, so, yeah, you would know that Mariettis are, these, business landowners. They are, like, really well known for being really highly educated, really, really well spoken. They they do a lot of like land dealing with like exports through Arcanis and that general business stuff. And you would also know recently, within the past few months, the heir and his wife died. Not how. Allegedly it was a fire.
Yeah, so certainly some instances, well, I guess I just remembered, it sort of things remembrances. My condolences for, you mentioned your family. I heard of a pretty unfortunate event that happened recently from a friend of mine. I'm assuming that's yours. Your unfortunate event, that is.
Cypress's ears immediately drew, and they're like,
Oh shit, fuck, god damn it. God damn
it
it,
is
this
fine.
is what happens.
It is fine. I will be okay. They were good people, at least to me. So, thank you for your condolences, but they are quite unnecessary. I will have my revenge one day.
He nods. I can understand that. I've lost family too.
Well, I do not wish to speak on this any longer, so...
Understandable.
Yes. Alrighty.
Well,
Good night!
Does it? Yeah.
On that great note.
Yeah. We'll call session here. Oh, actually, no. We'll do one. There's gonna be one quick little thing.
A meteor crashes right into the inn and kills us all instantly.
Everyone dies. The end.
Felora walks it. No, I'm just kidding. But no. The Gingillian bar owner, he walks over and he's like, "Excuse me, y'all. You haven't happened to see?" He dies. No, he walks over and is like, "You all didn't happen to see my husband when you were out in the town today, have you? He just hasn't come home yet, which is not like him."
Oh, he's fucking dead.
no, he was gonna make me a butterfly, god damn it!
I do not believe so.
No, we saw him on his way out this morning, but we've been out until dinner and we weren't really in the city.
Do you believe that he is severely injured?
Well, I don't want to immediately jump. Well, I don't want to jump to the worst possible consequence, but he's usually not late like this. But perhaps he ran into an old friend or whatnot. It has happened before, just not for a while. Now, just wondering if you folks had seen him, is all. Thanks for trying to put bad thoughts in my mind.
You should really prepare yourself
really
for this.
God damn it! I fucking hate Cypress and Drexel.
God.
It's better to prepare
Is he
yourself.
dead? Is he in extreme physical pain?
We see him. I plan on going for a stroll later on tonight. If I see him, I will direct him your way.
Absolutely, for sure. I would much appreciate it. Even though he looks a bit agitated now, he says that and nods and, heads back to work. Jesus. Jesus, yo! Wow.
I'm so... I feel terrible. I feel...
I don't.
Oh my god. Oh my god, yo. Well, there we go.
I'm sorry, this man walked up to the most paranoid people in the fucking galaxy and went,
To be
One
fair,
of them, whose husband has recently died, and
Oh.
went, hey, my husband's missing.
like,
Oh
to
my
be fair,
God.
Annika believes he is genuinely better off preparing for the worst.
Drexel's just like us.
Cypress is just like,
We're
well, it makes
living in a
sense.
time of great murder.
Cypress is just like, well, it makes sense. If it happened to my husband, it can happen.
I mean, for all we know, he was one of the cloaked individuals that we murdered.
Oh, Jesus. No!
Well,
That would be ironic.
That would be.
oh. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God, y'all. Why are y'all like this? Yeah. You all are... You all are so chaotic. Yeah, if you want Magnus to have done that, that would have been something he would have done, yeah. Yeah, I imagine you tell him. Jesus, Cypress.
I just wonder what the story is there. If there's something he should worry about. But we should worry about.
It wouldn't
He's
surprise me.
seemingly innocent, but I don't know. It's not every day you see someone like him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Cypress nods, and they kind of tilt their head. They're like, yes, it's both. I mean, he both concerns me, and I do not has a will apart from his creation, and well, he believes that he is quite expendable, and well, that is just quite sad.
Well, I do agree with you, but if that was something programmed into him, maybe it's true.
Okay. Well, I do not think so. I think that our Magnus has an array of very unique experience be lost if he happened to be dismantled.
Maybe. I've heard of his creator before, though. I don't have very positive taste towards him.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I love RP and everything. Yes, that's a lot. Yeah, no, I'm very tired.
Midnight ears.
Valid as hell.
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Yes. So let's see. Let's get this.
Mm-mm.
We'll go to
I'm
the.
sorry. I'm so.
It's all good. It's totally fine.